Hooray! Boys, how are we?
Good, man.
Woo!
Good to be here.
Right, DZ brought some Halloween shit on me. I didn't even realize we're that close to it, but
We're not that close yet.
Fucking,
but we're getting there.
guys, yeah. Right, guys, welcome back to FireCast episode. What are we?
45, I think.
45. Fuck me. Joey K returning. If you guys remember, he was on early, weren't you?
Early days. Yeah, number 12. Was it 12?
It's been almost more than a year now, eh?
Yeah.
How are you, bro?
Good, man. Always good.
Yeah, that's it, man.
So, a few things have changed since you've been on, and the biggest one would have been you starting your own business.
Yeah, man.
Bro? Talk us through it. How's it been? Is it like let's dive into it a little bit? How is it?
Yeah, it's been good, man. I wanted to do it for ages, and it was just something that in my head, I was like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this, and I was like, it was a year into it, and I had friends being like, "Oh, how's your business?" I'm like, I haven't done anything about it yet. You know what I mean? So, started like mid last year, just like working casual, but then doing my own jobs on the side.
Yep.
And then around January this year, or actually maybe around March this year. Yeah, March. Just started doing my own thing fully. And then by doing my own thing fully, I mean like I do my own private work, but then I also subcontract to other companies as well. So that provides the stability right now.
That's like the juice.
Because right now, like I don't have enough work just for like JKelectrical that I could live off fully. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I need to like have a stable income, like a few days a week subcontracting, and then do my own thing as well. So with that combination, I'm earning like way more than I would before. But if I got rid of that subcontracting role for these other companies, I'd probably be able to make it work. But there was some weeks there where I wasn't getting anything. So I thought, so I need to like do what I'm doing, keep doing it, and hopefully my work overlaps the subcontracting work to the point where I can tell the subcontractors, no more, you know what I mean? So it's going good though. Like I never want to like work for anyone else again. I just want to do my own thing.
Your own shit,
Even if I stay sole trader, just me, one man army, bring it on, you know what I mean? Just take care of me and mine, and that's it, you know what I mean? But if it grows, it grows, you know what I mean? I'll hire a apprentice or whatever. But right now, just every day as it comes, because I overthink a lot. So I think I look at companies that are established. Like I mean, like
already like Costa Air and shit. They're already massive.
They have like 5 company vehicles and this and I'm like intimidated as, you know, like how the fuck am I? But I think, you know, you can't like move mountains in a day. It's like you got to do steps to like get there. So I just got to get out of my own head a bit. That's my biggest thing, getting in my head. So
baby steps, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Baby steps. As long as you're making the moves, it'll come, bro.
100%. What did you think was the hardest part about it? Was it just kind of the just do it kind of aspect, or was that like you were okay with that kind of thing?
Like setting it up and like going like getting business insurance, getting the ABM was easy, but then like to set it up, like anything, like I procrastinated a lot. So I was just procrastinating, and then I was like, why don't I do this? And then I realized the profit margin that you get when you work for someone, like they pay, like don't get me wrong, you get paid good in some places, but then when you realize the company most people are working for, obviously they're getting money hand over fist, but that you pay the workers, you know, like not abysmal, but compared to the actual owners or the, you know,
you get fuck all. We're getting nothing.
But then I started doing my own jobs, and I was like, you know, I charge fair, but then I was getting all the profit, you know what I mean? So I was like, why wouldn't I do this? Like I know what I'm doing, but I just need to keep at it. So I'm really happy with it. I just hate people some people just pressure me and just be like, oh yeah, so when are you going to hire someone else? Just let me do my thing. Like in due course, and like, you know, whatever happens. But right now I'm sitting pretty, so I'm loving what I'm doing, and I take more pride in my work because it's like I got my name attached to my work now.
Exactly right.
Whereas you work for someone, you're like, you can get away with fucking up for a day. But like if I do like a bathroom install or something, like I got to make it look pretty. Otherwise no one's going to come back.
No one's going to call you again. Fuck it.
So it's good, man.
Yeah, and the thing too with like when you're ready to hire like an apprentice, you need to be like, you need to have the work, right? Because then it's going to get to, I mean, the worst part, you don't want to hire some guy and then 2 months later you got to let the cunt go. Like you're like, look, man, I'm sorry, I wasn't ready, kind of thing.
Yeah.
How do you find you're getting work? Did you already have a little bit of a clientele from doing your work for so long, or were you sort of looking for customers for a little bit and then the phone calls start coming in, or did you already know a couple guys who needed work done?
Like I knew a few guys who then knew a few guys, and then like they knew builders or something. So I just got in with my first builder, which is nice, like more constant work. But other than that, man, it was just, you know, your random Joe Blows that wanted domestic work done. And like, I was very lucky because I just fell into just knowing a lot of people word of mouth. I was dropped off letterbox drops for like business cards. Like, I don't know, I just put in the work, marketing wise a little bit, but I can put in way more. But usually it was just like, I feel like I had a lot of luck as well. Like the work just kept coming and I was like, this is nice. You know what I mean? But then I realized when work slowed down a bit, you got to continuously market yourself, even when you have the work, which is hard when you're a one-man band, but you gotta, even when you got the work, you gotta prepare for when you one day might not have the work. Because I was getting complacent when I had the work. I was like, mad, blah blah blah, just, and then I realized that it's not always like that. And then when it did kind of slow down, I started to be like, okay, I need to pick it back up again. And and then when I did, I noticed, you know, I was walking the streets of High Street, like going to real estate agents, like showing my face,
dropping
just
cards,
saying, and then I ended up landing a real estate, like a real estate LJ Hooker commercials, and they do the big commercial properties, and then they've put me in the books for there. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So even though that's just one, I might bloody hand out 200 cards and one might pop. But I guess you got to get out there. You know what I mean? Because if you're not doing that, then I'm just sitting at home.
Waiting for some random cunt to call you. That's not gonna.
Because no one knows me in the industry. I'm fresh. So but like, I've been very lucky, and also I put in the work, but a lot of it is luck as well. But I feel like if you're not out there trying, then the luck won't just find you. You got to at least be, you know, there for the luck to happen. But I'm liking where I'm going right now. So
100%. That's fucking. It's good to see, man. Like I love that shit. You know, fucking putting the work. That's old school way too. Dropping fucking letterbox drops, bro. Walking into businesses, dropping your business card.
It works too. Like, that's what works.
When they see your face, it's different. Because when you call up, they get telemarketer vibes.
Yes,
so
exactly.
if I was Indian, game over. But because I'm not Indian, they give me a chance. But it's still like they might be on the computer sending a million emails, right? And they got me on the phone going, "Hey, I'm Joseph JKelectrical." And they're like wanker. But then if I see them in person, I feel like I have an aura about me where I can just like, I'm good with words. I can just butter my clients up. After I leave every job, they love me. But if you don't know what you're doing, like talking can only get you so far. You got to know what you're doing as well. So I'm glad that I can have a way of talking to people, but I feel like I need to be in their presence to have more of an effect, because over the phone, you might as well, my name might as be Rajesh. I'm telling you.
Was JKelectrical the Persian prince?
Would you like some electrical work done? That's unfair. I love Indians. So, that's no diss.
Jesus Christ. Fucking. So what about the marketing side of things? Do you feel like in the future you will sort of up it a little bit, maybe Facebook ads and stuff like that, or at the moment you're just kind of happy with the same? Like so with that question as well, also I'll chuck in there, how much work, if you don't mind me asking, do you have in advance? Do you know, all right, for the rest of this year I'm sweet, or is it still kind of like, fuck, next week is this guy going to pull through with the job? Like,
so like the most I've been prepared is like 3 weeks ahead. Do you know what I mean?
And that's mad.
And then lately it's been like a week, but then because I've picked up a lot of subby work as well, I've realized in the past week or two, I've maybe been a week ahead, but I'm just getting my jobs here and there, maybe roughly one to 3 jobs a week the last few weeks, and then sprinkled in with my subcontracting work. And it's like, that's all it is so far. But in terms of marketing, like I found this guy who basically, he acts like put it this way, he gives me leads. So he gives you job leads. So his job is to keep you, sets you up with a website, and he keeps your name, your business name at the top of the list, or near the top.
The Google search.
Have to battle
other people. Yep.
So you pay him $1,000 a month, right? For that, you pay $2,000 for a website. Then you pay him a constant thing of $1,000 a month. All the while, he's calling up people, getting you jobs. But the thing is, he's like, it might take some time at the start, and then it slowly dribbles in. And then, because I know another guy who used him, and he's actually telling this marketer guy, stop giving me work, because he's overflowing him now. So he he basically gets you in the door. You pay for him to kind of do the talk to people and get your name around. But right now where I'm at, I'm not willing to drop $1,000 a month on this guy who it maybe won't like work for the first 3 to 6 months. So I'm giving this guy $1,000 a month, and I'm like, right now, like, I want to get a few more dollars under my belt, like a bit more cushiony, and then when I can start, okay, I'll pay for him to do that. You know what I mean? Because I know he's good at his job because my friend has used him already.
Yeah.
If my friend didn't use him, I'd be like, this is a scam.
Yeah, $1,000 a month.
Yeah. But that's even like, that's not even the most people pay him. People that are making like good dollars, getting so many jobs and have, you know, this many employers, they're paying him more a month. So the $1,000 a month is like the base, but like right now it's just like I'm just worried about keeping what I have saved. Just keep saving, and then when I have that, I'll do it. But like I said, due course, and like I'm not rushing this thing. Like I'm still young, 28. People joke and say I'm old as fuck, but I'm young, man. I feel 18. Like you know what I mean. So it's all good.
Believe it or not, true fact. Most people don't start like successful businesses or become wealthier until their 30s.
Close.
You're
so
fucking.
Let's just, for my sake, say 40s.
no, I mean like from 30 onwards, not by 30. Yeah. From 30 onwards, it's, because they say hungry people usually waste their not waste, but we use our 20s as our like learning curve where we're kind of doing this, and then you usually towards the end find that thing, and then it's that's what the statistics all say. But different for everyone. You know?
It's what's your hours like? Like, you know, do you because you're doing the subcontracting thing as well, is your work like, is it all on your terms, or do you sometimes have to work like after hours and that? Like, I feel like it'd be a lot of after hours work, wouldn't it?
So like the subcontracting is very much straight down the middle, like 7 to 3, like
because it's on like big jobs and shit, like big job sites,
commercial,
and I just get out of there by 3. I'm in my car, you know what I mean? But when I like do my own jobs, I sometimes do it after the subcontracting, so I'll leave at like 3 to go do my other job, or maybe leave a little earlier, like at 1, and then do. So I don't care if I stay back late when it's my own thing. I don't care about the time, but if I was staying back on the clock for someone else,
fucking Rawson Homes, like nah, man.
I'm like nah, I don't know. Like I would do it because I don't want to burn bridges, and it's always good to keep a good stigma to your name. You know what I mean? But like at the same time, like I'll be like, a job could have by the book, it was supposed to take me like maybe 6 hours, one of my jobs. But something happened. I ran into a few obstacles, and then I'm there for like
a
10,
week, or
10 hours, and then it's all of a sudden it's nighttime, and I'm like, oh, sorry guys to the clients, like I'll be out of here soon. But I don't cut corners, so sometimes it has resulted in me working weirder hours, but ultimately I'm seeing more of the profit margin, so I'm happy to do it. And like it's as long as I get it right and I don't leave the house a mess, then it's like. Then it's worth it, you know what I mean?
100%.
So I find take a lot more pride, and I walk away and I'm like, I try to get it like on my phone for like, you know, business Instagram and Facebook, but I take a lot of pride in it. So I'm liking it. Like any job, it's like, you guys have found your passion, right? But then it's like a lot of people out there, like, it's like, is this your passion? Like, I walk away, I enjoy it, right?
Yeah.
But
as long as you're happy and enjoying it, that's the most important thing, you know what I mean? So that's good. That's fucking good. Is that fucking thing on or what?
Extra close.
Yeah, you know, we got a small table, bro, small room. You know.
Iggy did this on purpose. He just likes to be close.
I like my guests to be close.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, cool. Okay, yeah, it is. Okay, so it wasn't recording because the red dot wasn't on top. That's all right. So the first fucking 10 minutes is no recording. All right, it's all right. Use the thumbnail. Anyway.
And did you press that late? Didn't you? Did you
miss it's recording on that. That's just a timer. That doesn't record nothing. Right, without the SD card, that's just a timer.
Okay, yeah, fuck.
So it's still on there. Yeah, all right. Well, hello then. You can see us now. Fuck me.
All right.
Jesus.
It will just be fucking audio.
For 10 minutes.
It's over.
Okay, so yeah, what I was going to say was you'd be surprised, especially in like the Australian construction. It's probably construction all around the world on how many corners people take. I see this shit all the fucking time, bro. Like, I work for the biggest asphalt company in the country, and we're doing dodgy shit all the time because every customer wants to get the fuck out of there and shit. Like, today we're working on a big construction site at Barangaroo, the Crown Casino. Beautiful building.
That's awesome.
And then we're the little peasants there shoveling shit out the front. You got all the guys in suits coming in, and we're trying to get the fuck out of there. It's Friday. We're like trying to come up with ways how to fucking quickly do this shit. So you believe that it's very important, especially when you're by yourself and you're a new business. Yeah. Not to cut corners.
When it's your name.
Well, how many boys are you working with at the same time? Like 10 at least.
8, 9, 10.
So like if I
We've
fuck
got 5
something
crews.
up, if
Like-
I fuck something up, it's literally called JKelectrical.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
only
Like,
him.
I'm like, what's your name? I'm like, doesn't start with a J.
But if you fuck up, you can say it was him, bro. It wasn't me. Yeah, I didn't do that.
Yeah, and then word travels fast, and if they're like, word of mouth is the biggest thing. I've asked business owners in my industry, and they're just like, I'm like, oh, do you do marketing, blah, blah, blah? Do you do like Instagram posts? They're like, no, like it's just word of mouth and time, like it's time. So
Yeah.
I just got to just do the time, and then surely like the more you put out, you got to get something back, whether
that's it.
whether it's an empire or whether it's a successful sole trading company or whether I just have one bloke on. Like I'm not trying to take on the world here right now, but I just need to like, if it gets to that, then it gets to that, sweet. But I just need to stop freaking myself out on the whole thing, because I'm sitting pretty now, so I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
Word of mouth, it's the same with music. Word of mouth is the best in everything, always. In music especially, if those fans that stick with you and really fuck with everything you do, it's always word of mouth.
Yeah.
Always
Yeah.
someone, they hear about you from someone else.
Yeah.
Always. That's the best advertising you can ever get. Even, like, I feel like even posters and shit, like when people hang posters up for business, anything, that works better, or you put just an Instagram handle. Because people are so curious, they'll look up your Instagram just from seeing it in public. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there'll always be that one person who walks past the light pole and goes, "What the hell?"
Humans
is
are
fucking
curious, bro. It's just the way it is. Like
Joey Ramesh Electrical? What the hell? Yeah, no, that's fucking sick, man. It's good. I'm happy for you, bro. It's good. It's good to see.
And I got other friends doing their own thing as well. Like you guys, you're doing your own thing, and I got a few mates of mine who are doing their True Exercise Science PT company. Like people are like around me are trying to make something of themselves, and especially from the area that we're from, just because we're from this area, you don't suspect that people around here are successful as well. You know what I mean? And you get into that age where I don't know, you're tired of sitting around and going, oh yeah, this person's successful, this person. It's like if you want to do something, you can do anything and be successful. You know what I mean? You don't have to do anything extravagant, but like just getting after it and reminding yourself not to be a lazy cunt all the time.
consistency, you'll get there. Whatever you want to do, you'll get there if you put it in, man. You just got to put it in.
And you've been putting it in as well with these fucking tracks, man. I'm telling you.
It's been a long
it's
grind.
actually ridiculous because sometimes I sit there and I'm like, will there be a hiatus for DZ? Like where there's like a month and you're like, sorry guys, because, for example, Chilling It, he's done it before. He's had a little hiatus due to whatever, personal problems or whatever he's going through. But not everyone, but a lot of people seem to do it because they burn out.
Yeah, but
I feel like you don't burn out.
They're a bit established, so that's the thing. If we have a break, it's game over.
That's true.
They just forget who we
That's
are.
exactly like my industry.
I mean?
If I just don't do any work, no one's going to remember me, and that's exactly like your industry.
I mean, we've taken little breaks before, and I feel like I'm kind of in one now. Like I used to have a track backed up all the time. I'd be like 2 tracks in advance usually for a fortnight, but right now I've got nothing. I just dropped the last track, and that's it, man. I'm just taking it slow because we're really getting into the trading thing. So I'm really putting my head down with that because I feel like I was so hungry for the music, for the money, like that's what I wanted to do. But now with trading, I can get my money from there. So I'm really just buckling down into music. I'm kind of taking it as it comes, you know what I mean?
What do you mean by trading?
So like stock trading and that. Like we've been getting into the charts and shit, Forex trading. We've talked about it a little bit on...
Got my little spreadsheet there.
I've heard you talking about it. So that has nothing to do with like Bitcoin or anything like that?
It does. Yeah,
You can if you want to.
We've done a couple trades.
We're getting... So basically... Okay, how am I going to fucking say it? This is basically the most legit get-rich-quick scheme that's legal that you can do.
But it's a lot of work.
No cap.
It's a lot of work though. It's not get rich quick. You need to practice, do a lot of work.
But you can
the most realistic probably.
You can make a lot of money quick, but like yes, you need to fucking
learn
a bit of research and a bit of practice and a bit of, you know what I mean? So
yeah, because you can't go into it like I know nothing about it, right? So I appreciate that people do it, but I'm like on the defense. I'm like, are you trying to scam me?
Yeah, well, that's what we thought. I've been thinking like that for fucking ever, and like I said, it wasn't. I only got into this because I started watching videos, and it started just randomly. I don't even know how I got into that first video of Forex trading that I watched. Well, I wasn't even doing Forex. I was doing stocks. And I'm watching, like I said, I would be just watching Netflix with Chloe. Yeah. And I'd have the videos in the background, kind of not really paying attention, kind of fucking eating my waffles and chocolate, kind of just whatever. And then I heard this one video. I can't even find the video. But this one YouTuber was like, yep, and this is how I made $2,000 in one trade. And I just went, I was like, what the? I was like, all right. I was like, pause this movie for a second. I'm like, nah. I'm like, that cannot be true. It just can't be true. So I've looked into this guy further. He's doing live streams and stuff on YouTube. He's got a Twitter, Reddit page, all this bullshit where he's Discord. He's sharing all this info for fucking free. And I'm like, this just cannot be true. And that's where the mentality of, if it sounds too good to be true, it's because it is. That's that mentality kicking in instantly. And I'm like, this can't be true. And there's this video of this same trader. His name's Donvo. I now follow him like a fucking Satanist cult. I will kiss that man on the forehead if I ever like met him. And so Donvo, he's got this video, and you can see this video on fucking YouTube. He's got his account there, his account balance. It's got whatever X amount of money in it, say $1,000. He's doing a couple things, and he goes, yep, and we're going to enter the trade. He clicks a few buttons on his computer, takes him less than a second, and then he goes, and we're out. And the account balance grew from 1,000 to 3,500. And all his viewers in his stream and shit are going, yeah, like they're all cheering and shit. And people are going, I've done the same thing. Like I got into the same blah, 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 blah. It was like a team, like a cult.
But what did they get in? What did they?
It was just a Forex trade they did. Oh. It was just a trade. It was just one good trade.
Okay.
And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, this cannot be true. I joined the Discord. I joined I joined it. And these cunts are doing this shit every day. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then he come over. I told him, I'm like, bro, we're doing this. I'm doing this. I'm getting into it. Jump in with me. And he's like, yeah, look. And then explain what you said. You were like, yeah, I was kind of just doing nothing. And then...
Yeah, I was just in a...
It was like a kick in the butt. Yeah. I'm like, fuck,
go
home and start learning with me. Like
when we had Josh on episode 4, he started talking about stock trading, which is, it's all similar. Stock trading, crypto, and Forex, it's similar. But he was talking about stocks, and we kind of knew a little bit about it, whatever. So we've heard about it. We knew, and then when he told me, we were like, all right, fuck it. Let's just put our head down, really learn, get our asses in gear. And we just, like, it's been what, like 4 weeks now, like a month, maybe we've been putting, like, actually doing it, and we're making money.
When you say putting in work, do you just mean brushing up on what it is, how to navigate
learning.
it?
YouTube videos, articles,
but does
Discord groups?
Does it tell you, not tell you what to invest in, but does it like...
No. It will never tell you what to buy, but you can find sort of stocks or assets to watch for the day or for the week or for the whatever it is. You know what I mean? Because everyone's got a different opinion, right?
So basically what we're doing, right? So Forex trading is foreign exchange. So when we have the Australian dollar, you go overseas, you trade it for a Canadian dollar, all right? So when you do Forex, you bet on the pairs. So you can do AUD versus CAD, which is Canadian dollar, right? Mm-hmm. And you can say whether it's going to go down or up because it's changing all the time, constantly, but by the decimal point, right? So you sign up with a broker, and the broker gives you leverage, which means they might give you $100,000 to play with, but you're only spending $100 of your own money, but they give you $100,000. So those tiny decimal places that the currencies move makes a difference. You know what I mean? So you're betting, you can bet on whether it's going to go down or up.
Or up, man.
And I could put a trade that's going to go down. In 10 minutes, it goes down, and then I've made money. And then I'm out of the trade.
But is that like playing 2 up on Anzac Day when you got 50% chance of like going up?
No.
How
So,
do you know?
or
do you judge by the last? Does it show you the past?
Yes. That's it.
You go off the past.
Yes, that's exactly right. You can never be 100% accurate, but there's a lot of ways to kind of put it in your favor. You can kind of look at the past history and have all these indicators that kind of
your analysis.
help you
so
try determine where it's going to go, up or down.
The best way I can explain it is when you gamble on the pokies and stuff, right? And everyone knows I love a good pokey slap, right? When you're gambling on the pokies, your odds of winning are like it's 90% chance to the club you're at and 10% for you. And they'll sprinkle in a few wins to keep you reeled in and attached.
And there's nothing you can do to increase your luck.
Nothing you can do to increase the luck.
Just,
But with the trading, it's reversed. I'd say it's about 80% chance you're going to win if you do the correct analysis and research, which can take 5 minutes prior to the trade, and 10% of just unluckiness that it's just going to go the market. You think the market's going up, it's all green candle, so you jump on. I wouldn't suggest doing that because it's more than likely going to reverse. But a lot of new trade. That's what I was doing. I was doing it for the past 3 weeks. I'm like, oh, green candles, I buy, and then it just goes red candles.
Well,
I'm like, oh, like so you sort of try to jump on these trends. So, example, I'll post this video. I'll post this picture on the YouTube. I'll send this to DZ this morning. So this is 1 day worth of trading for me. So green's what I won. The orange is what I lost. So yesterday, Thursday, I'm up.
So you're up.
I'm up in green.
And then
That was 10 minutes worth of work, bro.
And how does it work if you start losing and you're like, oh, I'm losing a lot, right? Can you pull out at all? Like, what's,
Yeah. You can take your money out whenever.
but don't they say you should always leave it in or no? Not always, but like some people, they take it out because they freak out and then it goes back up and they're like, why did I take it out?
Yes, that
can happen.
So you kind of got to stay in it for as long as you can.
You got to trust your gut.
Yeah.
It's good confidence building.
Yeah.
Because like you were saying before with your business, with the overthinking, this is kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
Say example, I've got money in this trading account. It's like my business. It's my money, right? And then so I was doing a trade last week. Did a trade, went in. I only had $25 on the line that I was willing to lose, right? $25, and I'm trying to win about 35, 40. Initially, so I was betting on this currency pair to go up. It was like the Japanese yen against like the fucking, I don't know, the Great British Pound or whatever. I put the bet, like the bet, I'll just call it a bet. I put the bet on it to go up. I'm like, oh yeah, this is great. Goes up. I got my green box, my little red box, which means I'm losing. And it was going up, up, up. So I'm up about $10 at this point. I'm like, yeah, dope. And then it starts going back down. Going down. It's getting closer and closer to my black box. And then now I'm like minus $5. I'm like, okay, fuck. I panicked. Closed the trade, right? So instead of losing 25, I closed it early. I only lost $5. But then I closed it, and 15 minutes later, it went
all the way up
to my $30 mark. So I was correct with my analysis, but because I let my brain, I questioned my own confidence.
Yeah.
And that's unlike me. But when it comes to this shit, I'm like, man, fuck. And that's what I'm trying to teach myself, because you're going to lose.
Yeah.
You're going to lose trades. There's no such thing as the perfect trader. But you need to teach yourself how to keep your losers small and your winners bigger. The
reason it's a career is because you can always manage and choose how much you lose.
Yes.
So you never risk more than you're willing to lose. Like, you know what I mean? So if you win 3 trades in a row, you don't risk those 3 winnings in one trade. You always risk no more than 2% of your account, they say, at a time.
Yeah. People, I know traders who got 50 grand on their YouTube, right? 50 grand, right? USD. This is real money in there. It's like a second bank account. 50 grand.
Is it real money? Like, how?
Yeah, real.
Bro, I've already withdrawn money. I've been withdrawing money.
Money come from?
So obviously, right, just like anything, you start up your account, you sign up.
Yeah.
I deposit. So I started off, I deposited $200 into my trading account. First 2 weeks were pretty rough. It went down all the way to like $90. So I had no idea what the fuck I'm doing. And then I'm like, fuck, all right, kept practicing. Then I started to concentrate and record my trades down in my spreadsheet, because that's another big thing they say, but that comes later. Record your trades, because when you make a mistake, you look back and go, fuck, what went wrong? What could I have done a little bit different? Started doing that shit. Now in my account, I've got like fucking $350 in there.
Yeah,
probably more. I could tell you right now in a second. I can have a look. So I'm in green, bro. I'm doing good. Yeah, like you saw, I lost. Down 24. But the first trade I won 30, the one before I won 10, the other one was $13. Like, and I was practicing. Me and this guy were practicing a couple of weeks ago doing little $2 trades. Yeah. And we're like little bitchy.
He's winning like $4 or $6.
Yeah, literally. And I was going, hooray! I was like, yes.
But that's a good way to get you practicing.
100%,
you know,
bro.
but you can't just go in at like bull at a gate kind of thing. But I don't know. The only way I would enter that is if I would have to spend some serious time, you know, observing, you know what I mean?
And
like,
we did. Like, it's a lot.
Do you reckon some people piggyback off other traders? Because let's just say if you're trading and I'm like, Iggy, DZ, what do you reckon is going to like come my way with it? Oh, we think like invest in this. And I just do that, right? People can do that, right? But then you run the risk of like, you're not kind of thinking for yourself. So it's like, if you do lose, you're going to kind of not resent that person that told you that, but you're going to be like, Iggy, man, like, come on. Like, but you're not making your own judgment. Yes. You know what I mean? Because your judgment might be different to mine. So,
well, like I said, when it comes to my friends and family, I will always help you cunts out. Always. If it's my mate, if I'm confident enough, I would never do it now. But if in the future you would have come up to me, or my mum would come up to me, and I'm like making $300 a day. If my mum came up to me and said, "Son, this is my $2,000 savings that I've got. Can you just make me a couple grand and give me back the money?" I'd 100% do it, and I would do my best to sick. And if I lost it, I'd just give it back, right? But like, you know what I mean? I've already had people ask me, "Bro, if I just give you a couple hundred," like, no, man, it just doesn't work like that, bro. Like, I'm still fucking learning this shit, bro. This is not some kind of. Like, people do this, like I said, that YouTuber Donvo I watch, he doesn't work, bro.
A lot of people don't.
They do not
It's a job.
work. It's a job. He gets up, the market opens, he streams an hour before the market, they talk about his research, he sees the day before, did he win, did he lose, they talk about the mistakes, what went right, what went good. And this cunt just streams, plays music. He's got 800 people watching this cunt, bro. I know cat, bro. I'll send you his YouTube when you go home. Yeah. And this little Asian fella, bro, little fresh cunt, and he's just sitting there going, yep, okay, 2.21, blah, 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 blah. And he's just, all right, winner, loser. And this guy's winning $1,000 at a time, bro.
And people who professionally do this for a living, by 10 a.m., their day's done. Done. They've made a couple $100 for the day. That's it. And they do whatever they want.
It's like they found a giant loophole in the system.
It's a lot of learning. It is a lot of learning, though. There's a lot to learn, but if you're a solid trader with a good strategy, you'll always win more than you lose.
Yeah.
And it's a job.
Yeah.
It's how you make a living. That's what we're trying to get to right now. We're working hard and it's working for us, but it's a long learning curve.
Yes.
A lot to learn.
And like we said, we always talk about this now because we're trying to teach people that anyone can do. Even if you don't want to do it full time, you could work your job, come home, trade for a couple hours, and you could potentially make an extra 50, 60, 70 bucks. What was it that I just showed you that picture? Whatever the fuck that was. Like what? 60 bucks, 70 bucks? I made 60 something bucks in a day, right? Now you put it, for me, like I said in the last episode with Holloway, my biggest issue is my inner demon that I'm fighting now. My mental demon is because now I'm making money off music. I'm making money off YouTube. I'm making money off this podcast. I'm making money off streaming, right? Me and him. It's a little bee's dick. It's like maybe $300 a month, right? You average it at maybe like $10 a day, whatever the fuck it is. So it's that. And now with the trading, I've just add $60 per day on top of that. It's now like I'm in this thing where it's like, I can fucking make money off this shit, right? When do I take that leap of faith and quit my job and go fucking balls to the wall? When do I do it though?
Obviously, when you weigh up your weekly wage compared to what you're getting there, and if you're exceeding what you do at your current company now, then you'd be stupid, man, not to just get up. Like what time do they get up? 8 a.m. it opens. Finish, and then you're literally on a much lesser scale, like Joe Rogan, in terms of like Joe Rogan, his whole life is like, obviously to a lesser scale because he's just he has fuck you money like crazy, but you are essentially doing only the shit that you're interested in love. Well, you're not going to a job which is mundane and you're like, what the fuck, I'm waiting for the smoko bell or fucking whatever, you know what I mean?
The smoko we never fucking get. Like I never get.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So that's what I would weigh it off. What are you doing now? And then it's like, if you're earning more than that, I mean, some people would be like, no, I want to still do both so I can earn more. But then it's like, it's about more. It's like happiness over anything.
Money, happiness or money.
Like I said to him and Holloway in the last episode. For me, I don't even see it as money. To me, it's time. It's a cigar, baby. He's like looking and going, what the fuck?
I was tripping. I'm like,
I was like, what the hell?
It's pretty cool.
I thought I already hit this joint already.
Nah, fucking, to me, it's time. Time, right? So, like I said, I made $60 in a day yesterday. That was a good day, right? If I can turn that somehow into $200 a day, mate, I'll be typing up that resignation, man. I'm telling you right now.
The thing
$200 a day, I can survive.
Do you think survive? But me personally, this isn't like
you want to be. I would look more at that than survive,
and I would be like, I wouldn't quit my job then. I'd quit it if it was at least nowadays in today's, or even if it was like now with everything like the way it is, prices wise, like petrol, everything's so expensive. I reckon nothing below $1,500 a week would be like. You could then
quit your job
because after that, like 1,000. Don't get me wrong, like everyone lives differently and whatever. And I know I don't know. For me, $1,000 would be hard to.
It's not. It's
I could live off $150 a week,
do you
bro.
reckon? Do you reckon?
Mate,
Okay.
I'll be homeless and happy, bro. I don't give a fuck,
okay.
man. I'm very anti-work and shit, bro. I don't give a fuck, bro.
Yeah.
I'll fucking live in a hill, man. As long as I'm happy, I don't care.
You are like that, eh? Just like
Man.
simple man.
It's my
I
life.
like
I'm not going to give my time to someone else I
Yeah.
hate. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
it's just, but you know, like you said, everyone's different.
Yeah.
And it's
I mean,
just,
I don't want to work, but like, I just like, I don't know.
it's about weighing up your options. You
Yeah.
know? Weighing up, is it worth it for you? It might be worth it for you. It might not be worth it for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you're happy, it's about happiness, man. As long
Yeah.
as you're happy, it doesn't matter.
It is, but like, man, you can't like escape that money is like, it's so shit because it does mean the world, even
Yes.
though it is the root of all evil.
It's the root of all evil,
I've
bro.
seen people, I've had family like banish other family members over like my
Money.
grandma's will.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
and
yeah,
like
yeah.
it does things to people, and you know, some people they start businesses together like friends, and then they end up splitting up because of money.
yeah.
But then it's like it does make the world go round, but it is all in your head. Like you said, you could live on a fucking hill, have the bare minimum. It's all your mentality. You know what I mean? If you think you're going without and you're like, oh, this is a drag, or if you're just like, I don't need any of that, you know what I mean? Then you are happy. But I just can't escape that. Like I want certain things in life that money is needed for. And if I could find, if I could be a trader and which I could, I just need to put in the time.
Yeah.
But if I was doing that, and like you said, if you were earning $1,000
on top of your business,
for sure,
man,
for
fuck.
sure, yeah, like
Like-
a few days JKelectrical, few days trading,
Yeah,
and
bro.
then-
exactly.
And the crazy thing is, it's fucking possible. This is all possible. Like I said,
Very possible.
I am the dumbest cunt I know that I've ever met.
You're selling yourself short there.
And I'm
Come
doing
on.
this shit. Like, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
possible, bro. Like, I watched this little clip from Dave Chappelle, brilliant clip. He said that when he was younger, he was talking to his dad. And then, long story short, Dave Chappelle was like, man, fuck. He's like, Dad, I'm sick of being poor. And Dad just looks at him and goes, son, that you're not poor. That's just a mentality. We're broke, but we're not poor.
Yeah.
And he's like, that stuck with me forever. And then now he's the richest comedian in the world. Like,
Yeah.
and I was like, yeah, fuck, you're right. Like you just said, it's in your fucking, it's a
Mental.
mindset. It's a mental thing, bro. Like
I like that because broke
Yeah.
is just you're out of money,
you
but
just got no
poor
money.
is like
Poor is like you're
fucking
starving. You got no,
depressed
yeah, you
and
got, you know what I mean? You're
Lack
like
of life.
dying. Like,
yeah. But sometimes
open that.
oh,
I found it in my wardrobe, bro. Believe it or not.
did I?
I think that's meant to be yours,
Did I
right?
order this?
Well, you got your name on it.
Yeah.
Like,
Are you kidding me, bro? Are you kidding
in
me?
my fucking
Are you
wardrobe.
fucking? I gave this. Oh my god!
This means more. I think you did it on purpose. You held it off for so
yeah,
long.
for this moment. No, I just fucking forgot all of it. And then I opened my wardrobe and I'm like, this is a box in here with
You
Joey's name on it.
fucking
Like,
idiot, bro! I gave that to him to give to you like
like 2
2
years,
years
ago.
ago, bro.
Because I remember I replied to your
Did
story.
you pay
going,
for that
yeah,
or no? Like,
Yeah, I did.
like-
I would have.
And
Sure.
Tori and I gave him a
yeah.
shirt.
look,
as
anyone
well.
who ordered stuff, I apologize. I had a whole bag of shit, like shirts and shit,
Fucking
and
idiot.
that was in there. So that is my
looking
bad.
I was looking at that box with my name on it before. I was like, you know, Brad Pitt on the set. I was like, what's in the bar?
Yeah, so my bad. If you're missing merch, apologies. I'm just an idiot.
Bro,
and it was in
you
my
can't
wardrobe.
do this shit.
Yeah, I
man.
know. I'm
You
sorry.
fucking-
I'm
trying
sorry.
to take your money and
Yeah.
hold the merch from you. That's what they're doing.
We're
Nah.
stealing from you, motherfuckers, man.
Not me. This fuckwit. Man. I'm fucking good. I should have just kept it and gave it to you myself. Man. This fucking idiot.
Jesus. What about you? How your trades go this week? Green or
Yeah,
red?
good. It started the week pretty bad, but now, yeah, good, man. Fucking, I'm doing heaps good now. It's just another thing with trading too is it's unpopular to say, but it's the more money you put in, the more money you take out. So when we're doing baby trades, right, it's because we're playing with $20.
Yeah, I had like $50
If
in the
you
account.
all you need, you could make $100 trades of $1,000 in your account. You know, it just depends on how much you risk and all that, and how much you want to play with. But you know, $5,000 is. If I get my account to $5,000, that's it. I'm done. I have money for with $5,000, I could be making hundreds a day.
But you would still, like, if you got it to $5,000, wouldn't you then? Do you know how you said they only say do 2% of your thing?
Mm-hmm.
Like, wouldn't you do small bets to ensure that you're still slowly winning, and then every now and then, when you feel very confident, drop a bit more on it? You know what I mean?
But the thing is, right, so when they say don't risk 2%, so when they mean you set a stop loss, right? So if the price does do the opposite of what you think it's going to do and it goes forever, you don't lose your whole account. So you put a stop loss there. So then if it hits that point, it gets you out of the trade and you cut your losses.
And you choose how much you want to
I could risk a stop loss of this much and a take profit of this much.
Yeah.
As much as I want. So if I'm really confident, I could only risk $20, and if it goes the way I want to go, I could make $500.
Yeah.
So it's about how your risk to reward ratio.
But if you put in 100 and you put your loss to cut off at like
$10.
10,
You
then
can do whatever you want.
No, your winnings don't. It doesn't affect
It
your
doesn't
winnings.
affect the winnings at all.
It's just it's
The
just
stop loss is just literally what they made to cover our asses.
that's the difference to gambling too. Whereas if you're gambling, it's how much money you risk is how much money you can potentially win. With this, I could risk a bee's dick and make a fucking fortune.
Yeah.
But it's more unlikely because you got to give the price room to bounce up and down. Because it might go up for a little bit and then go straight down to where you want it to go. It happens a lot, so you got to give that room, and it's a game of how much you want to risk. You know, how confident are you that it's going to go the way you want it to go?
Yeah. So the very first time where I basically jumped up and clicked my heels together like a little gnome, I was at work. I was at work last week, and I got to the truck, and I was in the truck, we're driving to the job, and then I was on my phone looking at the charts and stuff, whatever. And I saw that there was this ginormous downtrend on a currency pair. Again, it was probably JP. I love trading Japanese yen for some reason because the Japanese yen is very solid. It's either going up or down. It's not usually, ranging. So I'm like, and I just saw this massive decline. I'm going, all right, you know what? I was like, fuck it. Put the trade on. I risked like maybe $10. I had a $10 stop loss or a $10 risk, and I had a big green box and I rid it down to about $55 mark. I'm like, yeah, forget about it. Forgot all about the fucking thing. I'm at work, shoveling shit, hot as fuck. I'm sweating. I want to kill myself. I want to kill my boss. Shoveling, get a little thing on my phone, ding. And the best part is it makes a little coin sound, like a tring. I'm like, oh fuck, I've either lost or won. Check my
so
phone.
it doesn't make different sounds. It's the same sound.
It's just
regardless.
the same sound.
It'd be good if it.
It's just well, I tried to look up if I could change the sound, but not yet. So let it, get the little, and I'm like, oh my god, check my phone, plus $55 in your account. I was like, yahoo! I was like, yes. I messaged him. I'm like, bro, I just fucking, that was my biggest trade ever. I'm like, bro, $55, cunt. I was like, and then I start thinking the cogs in my head are going. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, what if I just upped the bet per se? If I just upped that bet, that could have been a $200 trade. $200 and I've done fuck all. I've done nothing. And here I'm so I threw my shovel down. I'm like, fucking this. I'm going on a lunch break. I'm like, flicking my money bag.
Yeah, tell your boss to go fuck himself.
Yeah.
Just won $55.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But it's just.
But then when you win that, right? You win that, and then that's yours. You don't
mine.
even if it goes down after you've won it because
yes.
it's finished. The trade's
It's
finished.
done. It's done. The trade's done. Yeah.
But how long does the trade last for each?
Until
Depends.
you say so.
Until you say
Oh,
so.
okay.
Pretty much.
So,
So, you can set we said you could set your stop loss. So if it hits that price or get you out, you can set your take profit. So once it hits
But why
that,
would you set take profit though? Because wouldn't you not set a limit of profit because that's within your best interest?
a lot of people
do that.
But if you're not
But
watching,
if you want
you're at
guaranteed
work,
profit, you put your
'cause
take profit.
it can bounce down almost and then bounce back
So
up.
if Iggy didn't check his phone in time of that day and he won 55, but then he's like,
could have gone back down.
I'll check my phone soon.
Yes.
And then it could have lost.
No,
Yes.
but the reason he got a notification was because he had already set it.
Yeah, because I had the take
So
profit
no matter
set.
what happened,
yeah.
it would have hit it, and that's it.
right.
Once it hits it, it gets you out of the trade. You
Yeah.
don't have to do it manually.
Okay,
it does
mad.
it automatically.
So this $48 here, the one that I won again, JPY, I fucking love it for some reason. So again with JPY and the British pound, I won $48. That latest trade there, that was while I slept. So I woke up this morning to that.
Yeah, I always do that.
Yeah.
Put one overnight.
So I love to do a trade before
So
I
you
go to
either
bed.
start your day on a high or you just want to fucking stay in bed.
Yes.
I've started on the low a couple times.
Yeah. It happens.
Was it raining that day or no? That would have been worse.
It would have been
The
raining.
weather shit. I lost my trade. But that's the name of the game. You can't get emotional about it. You know? You've got to look at it as
the closest thing I can have to contribute to this conversation is like sports bet. Sometimes I'll put one overnight, whether it's soccer,
like a soccer one.
So
and
like
then
I
you
wake
wake up like, yay!
Most of the time I don't. I wake up. I'm like, fuck. It's like a toxic fucking girlfriend. You just can't stop going back. You're like, you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. It's like one of those things where you're never up. At least with sports bet, trading could be different, but you're never really up. Like the rule one of like sports bet is never check your your history, bet
history. Yeah.
Because I've got a lot of ticks of multis, and then I got 1 or 2 that are X's, and then it's just heartbreak. You know what I mean? So I've been better lately, like doing littler bets. But sometimes I want the Hail Mary, and I want to put $20 on and win 1,000. But that never happens.
Never happens. It's like gambling. Technically, like when me and one of the boys we win. One of the boys, I don't know, the other week.
Oh, Brad won. Didn't he
like,
win heaps?
Like $900 or something, and we're going yahoo! We're all celebrating and high fiving. We're buying drinks and shit. And then one of the girlfriends just goes, "Well, technically, you're never really up, are you?" And like,
oh, what a
well, she's right. You're right because
we don't care.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, the house always wins, man. Otherwise, they wouldn't be in business. They wouldn't do it, you know. But that's the thing we love gambling, both of us. It's in the blood, I think. But if you know stock trading and shit like that, it kind of scratches that gambling itch without being gambling. You know what I mean?
Bro, yes. But you don't experience the lows as bad as you would on the sports bet or the pokies.
No way.
Oh, the pokies.
When I'm at the pokies and I lose my $200 or $300, and I've got nothing. Like I didn't even get a feature. And I'm like an addict. I'm like going back to the ATM, another $50. They're always trying to stop me. I'm going, the machine's like, you sound crazy. The machine's going to pop. I mean, we're all bad for it. Me, Diamond, Brad, Mike, we're bad for it. The machine's going to pop. The machine's going to pop. We're all trying to snake each other's machines and shit because we think it's going to pop. Nothing happens.
Never pops.
The girlfriends get angrier and angrier. I'm down $300 and I'm like, and then you get salty. Like, you have that drink. You're like, fuck. You have a fucking cigar.
Spend
I'm like,
more.
fuck.
This
you know
is
what I mean?
different. It's business.
This is like it's exactly like you said, bro. It's kind of scratching that itch for me, but I'm doing it in a smarter, more safer way. Where, like I said, I'm risking the most I've risked in a trade. Is $30, and that was for a reward of like $99 or something. I posted it on my Instagram the other night. $30 to a 99 to me, I'll take that risk every fucking day. Every day, I will take that risk, bro.
Smaller risk.
You know what I mean?
So,
I could have even done a $10 risk to that $99. Yeah, I'm more than likely going to get stopped out before the market does what I think it's going to do. But if it doesn't, and I win that $99, man, fuck me, bro. Like, it's just...
And the difference is, the main difference that makes it not gambling is the analysis, right? It's you're looking at the real world and things. If there's news about, like, if the war in Ukraine, for example, or something like that, the prices are going to go down. Yeah. And you follow the trend. It's going to go down. That's the difference. And you can look at the past data, put on your indicators, and you can kind of gauge and be more likely to win. You know, that's what separates it from gambling. You're not just throwing your money at the table and hoping for the best.
And not just that, too. You're not versing a computer or like a program. You're versing other people, other buyers and sellers.
What is the difference between, like, let's just say Panthers and Rabbits are having a game, and I'm like, let's just say I'm diehard NRL fan. Not really. I support the Knights, so I'm very like, whatever,
casual.
Yeah, but if I was very diehard and I was watching the games every week, and I thought, this is my analysis, right? Don't you have just as likely?
No, because that's only 50-50. This is like 80-20. That's the difference.
But I get what you're saying, because one team can clearly be better than the other team. And it is kind of like that in a way.
Yeah, it is.
You're never 100% going to win.
You're never, ever.
But then sometimes the underdog beats the favourite, and then you're like, fuck. You know what I mean?
That can happen.
Sometimes I think Japanese yen's going to go up, and I've got risking $10 to win 100, and it just goes boom.
And then you're not watching anime for like fucking 3 weeks.
I hate Japanese people. Look.
When do you wear glasses? I'm like, since when?
Do we leave this open so we know, or no?
Nah, it'll be right.
Yeah, closer.
I told you I've got my eyes checked, and
Thanks for pouring us a drink.
No worries, mate.
Things, you know what I mean? Those little things mean a lot.
I need glasses for focusing.
Really?
Look good, mate.
You do. I'm not complaining, but like when you say for focusing,
I'm a blow job.
I
mean a blowfly.
Yeah, see,
not for focusing. You mean seeing?
Well, no. It's called. He called it for focusing. So it's because the computers. I'm always looking at the computer. It fried my eyes.
That's so true, bro. Because
like
imagine your hour count up
on
for computer. Like if someone was
it'd be in the tens of millions.
Bro,
all I do.
They say it's fucked for like even if you're in front of a TV for too long.
Yeah, you get square eyes.
Square eyes.
So I was waking up with
square eyes.
I called my mum. Yeah, my eyes were literally like an anime, like big square.
You got a doctor.
I've turned into a cartoon. I'm like, what the fuck? And I rang my mum because I was waking up. I noticed with like not blurry, but like fuzzy vision, and shit on the outside was starting to look fuzzy. But then it'd kind of go away as the day progressed. And I was like, all right, this isn't normal, obviously. And I rang mum, and mum's like, yeah, you need glasses because you're always on the fucking computer.
Welcome to my world, bro.
Yeah.
I've had glasses since I was 5 years old and my eyes are dog shit.
Out of the many nicknames that I have, like Mr. Wonderful, Mr. Intelligent, you can now add Clark Kent.
Clark Kent.
To those nicknames, boys.
Clark Bent on the weekend.
Clark Kent on the weekends.
Right.
I got a few things to talk about.
What do you got?
Did you have anything you want to say?
Well, all right. You
go ahead. I got a few things.
I got a couple of dot points. Have you guys heard of where the fuck's my notes? Have you guys heard of Wojtek the bear?
I wrote that down.
Yeah,
I
bro.
wrote it down the same
Have
thing.
you heard of Wojtek the bear?
Written it here.
Bro, it was a bear in World War II.
Wow.
Found by Polish soldiers in the war. I don't know if it was Germany or wherever, but a Polish like platoon found this a bear cub, ended up keeping it, and the bear grew up into this ginormous fucking grizzly bear, and they ended up enlisting him into the platoon, and he was like carrying ammunition and shit for him.
He actually
And
helped.
killing cunts as well, probably.
No, but he was just like...
They gave him the rank of private.
Yeah,
and then-
private.
and then
He
upgraded
he
him.
even had to pay because the only way that the Polish army were going to let them keep it is if he was enlisted. So they enlisted him as a military animal.
How do you know to run?
Apparently, he wasn't scared of the sounds of war,
Oh,
bombs.
he'd drink
nothing.
wine and beers.
Yeah.
Are you talking about a literal bear?
A grizzly bear.
bro.
What do you mean he
Bear.
would drink?
Yeah, like, he got
Bro.
a taste for beer, and they gave him beer and shit, and he liked it. The bear.
That is the most
show you.
sick cunt bear in
Right.
all of bear history. You know what I
crazy,
mean? Like
yeah.
imagine all the bears just like looking up to this
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
fucking-
yeah.
he had a good life too, because when the war finished, they took him to the
The
zoo.
zoo.
Was that
And
a
he-
legit thing? So during
Yeah.
World War II,
Yeah, look, I'll show
and
you.
who and on whose side?
Poland.
Poland.
The Polish found it.
So that's the Allies. They were against the Nazis. So Poland were
Did
one
they use him like? I wonder if they used him near the defeat of the Nazis or not that. It
Well, he
matters.
survived. He survived.
Survived the
He
war.
survived,
Yeah.
bro. He retired in a zoo.
Wouldn't you want to take out that bear if you were on the other side, bro?
Well, first of
You know,
all,
get
that a
that
fucking
fucking bear.
bear?
Fuck Hitler. Fuck Hitler.
If I'm a fucking Nazi and I'm in my trench and I'm like, yeah, you're probably not that scared of the Polish army. Like, yeah, easy win.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck is that? What is that? You're like, nah, you get the sniper scope. It's a fucking grizzly bear with a pack of ammunition. I'm gone.
But how did they kill the cunt? The grizzlies, when he gets big,
it's a
like,
giant. Look, here's a. Okay, it's not loading, but you can get the gist of it there. There he is there.
oh my god!
I'll put a picture up.
He'd carry shit for him. And
He's carrying ammo and water and shit.
What a
And they made a
mad
statue of him.
cunt.
They gave him a statue in Edinburgh.
Of course, bro. I want to, man.
Snipe him right in the face. If that was me, you take the bear out because that's fucking scary.
Yeah, bro. Like, I wonder how many bullets the bear copped and just kept on keeping on. You know what I mean? 'Cause it's a
Surely he
fucking
would. It's a
bear.
big thing, so surely he would have copped
a few in the leg.
He probably wasn't on the front lines. He was probably like, in the back.
His leading him out. Like,
Yeah, he's got
he's the mascot, bro. At halftime, you know, those fucking.
he's the fucking. He becomes a general. I can't believe I wrote that down too.
That's random as. Where did you find that?
I saw it on
Fact.
TikTok. Yeah, I saw it on TikTok.
Even Holloway tagged me in the video. Like,
then
bro,
I-
look at this shit.
Crazy,
I
bro.
researched
Why'd you
it.
take
Why
the
haven't
bear?
I can't believe I'm 28 and I haven't heard about that yet.
I only
I've
just heard about it.
There's
so.
so much shit I see, and it's like, how have I not heard of this? Like, how is no one talking about this? Is that Frozen over there?
No, I've just zoomed out, so I can see the red thing.
Have you guys seen The Revenant?
Yeah,
Or
I haven't seen it.
Oh, there's that
with the
scene.
bear maws him. Oh my god,
And then-
that's real. You know that, right? The Revenant. That's based on a true story.
I mean, like I can believe it because bro, that
story.
movie's so intimate because it's shot up right. And Leonardo DiCaprio, bro, like
didn't
he is,
speak, right? He
he
didn't
is
speak in it.
like if there was a man, right? Like there was, he is the
man.
Like,
He's the man,
He's not
yeah.
like you know what I mean. He's like that guy. If he was fucking in a room, you'd just be like the cuck. In the room. Like, this guy's another guy sitting off beating off. He's Wolf of Wall Street.
He's
that Jordan. What's his name?
Belfort.
Jordan
Belfort.
Belfort. He's him. Fuck
Yeah.
Jordan Belfort. It's Leonardo
It's
DiCaprio.
Leonardo, yeah.
But like that scene where he's getting destroyed by the bear, like most of the movie is shot this far away from his face.
Yeah.
And he's just dying.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
He's in cold. He's like snot getting nose down. And like when the bear's attacking him, bro, it's like,
That happened, man. He got fucked up by a bear. That cunt,
Bro.
He got fucked,
and
bro.
his son gets fucking killed fucking in front of his face. Like,
That's fucked up.
Spoiler alert.
I
If
mean,
you haven't seen the movie,
that was at the kind of at the start. I mean,
It's old now.
yeah, you get like a 6-month window. That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
There's
yeah.
a time limit. There's definitely a time limit. I wrote something down before I came here because I saw something interesting. So I know you're a big hip hop head. That's what last episode we were talking about it. So Tupac, right? I was always of the belief when I was young, I thought, yeah, he's still alive. He's still alive. Then I got old. He's like, he's dead.
He dead.
But then just today, I saw videos, and there's weird. It's always weird because there's like evidence. Like there's this video of Suge Knight saying, Suge Knight is looking into the camera and he's talking and he's saying, why has no one been arrested for Tupac when they've been saying that they killed him? Like they're admitting it. It's because he's still alive. And Suge Knight is saying that. And Suge Knight was with him when he got shot. And then there's videos from 2004 of Suge Knight in Cuba, and there's a guy that looks Tupac. Like it is Tupac right there. He's talking. And it's just weird. Like, I don't know. And then a lot of people say a kill the MC. I don't believe that.
A kill, I don't believe that. Is fucking similar, eh? That Jamaican
they got the same teeth
and the shit.
I don't believe that. But what do you think, bro? Like about Tupac, is he still alive? He's dead? What do you think?
I don't know. Kendrick alluded to that in his DNA album, I think. He goes, I forget in what context it was said, but he literally said, I'm gonna basically do a Tupac and move to Cuba. So he did say that, but then I don't know. I think a lot of clickbaity, but then if you're saying that it's actually Suge Knight in the video, you're trusting the word of Suge Knight to be like, okay, I thought Suge Knight killed him. Maybe I was misinformed, but I thought
he's a piece of shit.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
he's a piece of shit.
I don't know, but you just hear bad shit about like that person all the time. But I just think that I'm going to go with the safe option and say he's dead.
Yeah,
but I want him to be alive, and I always imagine what it would be like, and if he'd be like Dre in terms of he'd still be involved in music for sure, but he would be like a Dre in terms of producing. I reckon. Yeah, he's not going to be out there fucking rapping about shit. But I think that he's my head says dead. My heart wants to say that he's not.
Yeah, me too.
Imagine he's in Cuba, bro, and he's just like
chilling.
They're all listening to like fucking Hail Mary and shit. You know?
Just Cuban cigar. But it as well is I always lose my train of fucking thought. Oh, Tupac,
Suge Knight,
Tupac. Fuck, it'll come to me anyway. What were you gonna say?
Oh, when I was in Vegas, I think our hotel was on the corner where he got shot. There's still
Did he get shot in Vegas?
Yeah, he got shot in Vegas.
After the Mike Tyson fight.
It was right near. So it's the street, then a intersection that leads to the main strip of Vegas. So it wasn't on the main strip, but he was like a street away. Still to this day, there's posters and flowers there for Park.
I remember what I was gonna say. The Machiavelli stuff as well. Like, that's weird. Like, that's when Tupac was in jail and he was studying and he changed his stage name to Machiavelli, released albums under Machiavelli. It was because he was basing it on the real Machiavelli, who was like a fucking ruler who faked his death to escape his enemies.
Yeah.
And then he names himself Machiavelli, does the
now
whole Illuminati thing.
Bro.
Yeah, like, trippy. What is that?
That makes for the best movie ever.
Ever.
Because Machiavelli, I was always like, okay, Machiavelli, he could have named himself fucking Devon, and I would have been okay with it. You know what I mean? But like, Machiavelli, that's funny. Like, that's
after the Machiavelli, like he changed the lettering, but it's like apparently he read the book, The 7-Day Theory, or whatever it is. Named his album that.
Was he heaps famous, Machiavelli? Did most people know him, or was it like a subtle? Would that be like a subtle name that most people wouldn't really match? They wouldn't really like think that. You know what I mean? I wonder.
A lot of people. He's like a history. I forget what he was. Do you know Machiavelli?
No,
he was like
exactly.
he was a ruler of. He was like an emperor or something.
Yeah.
So he was old, like,
and he escaped his enemies by
faking his death. And apparently Tupac was obsessed with him. And
I mean, he's done a tremendous job if he is still alive in Cuba, because how many people do you see over the world? Like, there's no one going. But there'd be doppelgangers though. How many Tupac doppelgangers do you see? And you're like, oh, first of all, do you say Tupac or Park? I like to say Park, but I just said Pac. Like, Pac and Tupac. It's Tupac. Tupac's way there. Tupac is like, he's got two abs. He's literally got two abs. He's the hardest guy. He's like, one with me. Two abs.
He's got two.
Anyway, Tupac. I fucking love Tupac. Fucking Brad looks like Tupac if he shaves his head. The cunt. If he was bald, fucking.
That's Tupac.
Fucking Venezuelan looking.
Fucking Brad Tupac.
He's one pack.
We know his rap name. If you one pack.
Half a pack.
He's one pack the cunt.
Fucking Brad.
Oh my god. Brad. All right. What else you got, DZ? Tell me.
So you didn't do any Instagram shit, did you?
No. I gave up on the Instagram. No one fucking responds to me.
The last thing I wrote down before the fucking Instagram polls was that. So I used to believe as well, like Illuminati, everything, any successful business, big people are always in on it. And then you see, have you heard the one of the Disney logo where they say it's 3 6s?
Yeah.
Well, I was looking at our Trip Jacket Mafia logo on my hoodie, and you can see the letters look like there's 3 6s in there.
Everything looks like a fucking
And
3 6.
because the P looks weird, and now I'm thinking, fuck, maybe conspiracy theories and conspiracy theorists, they're really just going too far. Because if you look at the Disney one, it's
nitpick
like
at everything.
nitpicky.
Okay, ready? I could say this bottle. Look at this. There's triangles. Look, Illuminati.
Yeah,
exactly.
There's literally triangles in that. What do they call it? A calendar? A calendar.
Decanter.
Calendar.
Decanter.
Yeah, like that's Illuminati. Like you can make, and that's the problem because it's fun. Like conspiracies, they're fun. The only conspiracy I believe in hand on soul is 9/11.
Yeah,
1,000,000%.
fuck
No, 1,000,000%. But anything else,
It's on the fence.
It's a bit how you going.
it's a bit how you going. You know what I mean? They're trying to look, but that Disney shit sounds kind of ridiculous.
Yeah,
That's
it's
when
like
you know
the
you-
backwards D and shit. And I was looking at our logo. If you look at the Chip Jacket Mafia, it's got a weird P or something. I don't remember what letter it was on the hoodie. It's on my hat. It's on my hat here. Look, this F, the F in Mafia. What kind of F is that? It looks just like a 6. You know, and you could see that and be like, "Oh, these cunts are Illuminati, bro."
But
Why would you make an F look like that? You know what I mean?
Well, we are Illuminati.
But what is Illuminati? Is just like that's just like a group of the elites who
Yes.
have the most money in the world, essentially the most power,
Yep.
the most wealth, and
Yep.
but their whole existence is like what they're we're like the subtle group. We're like we're in
Yeah,
Illuminati.
it's a bit of a
but
meme.
Who do they tell? Because like let's just say you're in Illuminati, right? A lot of people in gangs or whatever, they want to let people know they're in gangs or are part of a group, any friend group or whatever. But you're like in Illuminati, and are you subtle as? Does no one know you're in Illuminati? But you know that other members are in Illuminati.
Well, that's the thing. Like,
Secret club.
it'd be very secret. They'd be doing weird shit amongst themselves.
Did that have anything to do with that island that?
Yeah, a lot of people believe
Epstein.
Epstein,
You know
yeah,
what I mean? Illuminati, like Jay-Z. Apparently, Jay-Z's like.
100%.
But that's the thing that gets me is if you look at the music videos and you look at Hollywood, why do they do these things? Why are they doing this?
I'm telling
in
you
everything?
Because
right
they're
now,
so rich. What the fuck else are they going to do? I'd be doing weird as shit. If I had their money, I'd be doing weird shit, bro. What the fuck? No wonder why, bro. And we're
fucking sacrificing goats and shit and drinking the blood.
We're
like-
working. You're fucking asphalting. I'm fucking playing with cables, and you're like, fuck, man. Like, what are you? And then they got time on their hands, bro. Imagine you had Jay-Z
They got
money.
time. They got time.
Jay-Z
People with
money.
time on their hands, bro. You got to keep busy. No, but like Jay-Z, what's the whole thing with that? Just
Well,
because.
I personally think that the whole of Hollywood is 100% Illuminati. And
Something
stuff, right?
weird.
But where's
at
the
least.
cutoff? You know what I mean?
Where's the cutoff? That's it.
It's like that's why it
Well-
gets dicey.
Well, it's just been around. This is known for human existence. That there's elites. When you get Andrew Tate, literally
Biggest
said it.
wanker though, right?
Nah, I love him.
Really,
Mate.
I hate him.
I love him. Why do you hate him though?
Because he's like. Don't get me wrong, man. Like, call me fucking progressive or whatever, but it's like he's the most womanizing motherfucker, bro. And
Yeah.
but he's wrong though.
No,
he's
but-
wrong. He's just like arrogant, bro. And I'm like, I used to have that mentality ages ago, but now I'm like, but he's smart. He's smart. He does a lot of things with people on TikTok. Shares his shit. He is smart, bro. Making money. Get your money, bro. Get your money. But it's crazy that it's like that idea sells, and especially in such a cancel culture society we're in now. You'd think that he's ballsy to make money off saying what he's saying and do. Imagine the women, like he would have so many women that listen to that who just want to drive a dagger through his heart, bro. 100%. But he's laughing, bro, to the bank.
Well, fucking oath.
And the more people kick up a stink, his name is there. It's all, some people make their money off not just the love, but like the
hate.
attention, wherever it's
Right.
any publicity is good publicity, that kind
That's
of thing.
what they say.
So he's smart. I won't take that away from him. But
I
I
love
listen.
him.
But I listen to him speak. I'm like,
I love
man,
him.
I'm
And you
cringe.
know,
I love him.
Since the start, I was always kind of because I saw the clips that they'd cut and take out of context.
Did they make
And
it sound worse?
Yes.
Yes.
And I looked deeper and I kind of always agreed with what he was saying about the world and shit. And then
Inform me, because I only heard his misogynistic views. So
That's the
tell
thing.
me,
That's
the
tell me
thing,
what.
right?
Tell me.
And then Iggy, when he first brought him up, he didn't really know too much about him, and he agreed. He was like, "Oh, he's a fuck with you, woman." But then later, as the weeks went
Right.
on in the podcast, I saw he started turning around because
Bad cunt.
Mate,
when you
I'm
look
telling you,
when you
bro,
look into
the
it,
shit he is saying.
when you look into it,
So you're telling me, as on face value, you're like wanker.
Yes.
And that's exactly what I just said.
Yes, but he's trying to help us.
But do you agree with all his views though?
The thing
all.
about the thing
Not
I never cared or liked was the how to get women, the being a top G. I don't care about that shit.
But what's his main contribution? His main thing? What's his
But
shtick?
he talks about the elites and how the world works and
okay.
how
Right.
they're
So listen to this.
suppressing us.
Listen to this, Joey.
And then they cancelled him on
Listen to
everything.
this. I brought this up.
Oh, true.
Bro, I brought this up a couple episodes ago, right? He literally said on Rumble, because he got cancelled off everything, right? But by the elites, they cancelled him. He literally said, right, that he was out in fucking wherever, some European country, right? He was out, with his brother partying and stuff. He got messaged by one of his, one of his mates, not really a mate, but an acquaintance that he knew who was also quite wealthy. And this acquaintance got in contact with him because they were both in the same country. Let's just say Sweden, for example. They're both in Sweden at the time. He messaged Andrew and goes, man, let's catch up. Let's have a drink. Let's have a cigar. Andrew's takes like, all right, whatever. We'll go get a cigar,
Wait,
whatever.
who called him again?
So a mate. He didn't mention the name, right?
Okay, true.
So one of the acquaintances that he knew.
Yeah.
Catch up, have a cigar. He's like, yeah, fuck it. We'll go have a cigar. Andrew then proceeds to say that this guy warned Andrew and said, look, bro, with the status and the fame and wealth that you're building extremely quickly, just be careful because you're going to get approached. And like I have already been approached to go to certain type of parties with very, very wealthy people where they might get you to try to convince you to do things that you don't want to do for X amount, more wealth, more this, yada, whatever.
So you get something in return. Do something for them, get something.
But listen to this. Andrew then proceeds to say that later that night, when he's already done the partying, his mate's fucked off back to wherever, he gets a message from an unknown number saying, hey, mate, we got invitations for you to X party at wherever location. Unknown number.
So that night that he got told.
That night, right? And he said this. Now, you can take that with a fucking grain of salt, right? If he made it up, it's a weird lie to make
But
up.
if he didn't,
If this is true, that is fucking scary to me. That is freaky.
and then it's also like, why would he lie? But then again, why does anyone lie? But yeah, it's what if it is? What if it is true?
If it's true, that is a fucking scary, scary thing, bro.
Apparently, what they do is they do humiliation things. So they will make you do shit like have sex with a guy or something, and they
Or with a minor or something.
and they film it, and that's their leverage on you.
Yes.
And they got you for life because if
But
you
then
if you
don't
start,
you have to fuck the guy or child to?
that's exactly.
But they would just pressure you somehow.
Yeah, but
And
no,
that's
but
what
not just
they
that.
say.
It's not just, hey man, do this for laughs. It's, mate, I've got fucking $500 million cash in a suitcase and I'll boost your Instagram, your Twitter to 10 million followers. You need to fuck this underage girl.
I'd fuck a guy for that money.
Yeah.
for sure. Probably less. Way less. Way less.
But you have to remember too, what people don't understand is it's not just, like you said, where's the line? That's not nowhere near the line, like having sex with a minor or another male or whatever. No,
be way
these
worse.
motherfuckers are like doing sex trafficking, human trafficking, cutting up people, shit like that, to that degree. It's not just having sex with someone you don't want to. This is like scary shit that's like very bad, like trafficking, human slavery.
Like
the
extent of it would be hard to.
You wouldn't believe
You
it.
can't really assume that, but you would assume there's definitely a group that does like things of that nature.
They do.
But we don't know to the actual extent.
Right.
That's the thing.
Listen to this. There's this show that me and my missus watched last year, right? Called Queen of South. Amazing show. But there's this one episode that really fucking got to me, right? So she's like this again based on true events,
watched
not
past the
yeah,
parts of it,
the whole
yeah.
thing's not true, but it's based on a real woman. She becomes one of the biggest drug dealers in Mexico.
Yep.
Anyway, it's by the 4th season. She's that rich, that big now. She's flying around the world doing selling drugs and doing business deals and opening businesses. She's basically killing it. They end up flying to Malta, right? Where they meet up with this very, very, very rich banker, right? And this guy's got like mansions in Malta or whatever. Again, Malta, very random place to go, but beautiful country, very small. So it's like only population of like fucking less than 20,000 or something stupid like that. It's tiny. It's smaller than Uruguay.
Imagine being a drug dealer in Malta.
Well, that's the thing,
Easy
right?
to get caught, right?
So they go meet this banker and they're doing business. They want to do things with crypto and stuff like that, right? The banker ends up inviting her and a few of her bodyguards to this party he's hosting. And this fucking scene fucking got me, bro, because they go to the party. You walk in, it's all people just wearing masks. weird, like dark or white gowns, right? And there's all girls dancing, you know, whatever. They're all naked, whatever. People are having sex with each other in the open, whatever. Weird shit, but whatever. You then go to the back of the room, she goes, and this banker is in the back room with a girl tied up, and she's like drugged, like she's obviously been roofied, and he's just like cutting her, like doing a painting with a knife, but into her back. And she was like, and then she's like, what the, so she's not cool with it. What, and that's how the season starts. It's them trying to go against each other. And she's like, what the fuck? And he's like, yeah, I know. It's like a weird little like hobby that I got, yada, yada. She's like, don't worry. The girls don't even remember it the next morning and stuff. You go to the back room and he's got a cargo container full of women that are drugged up that they're trafficking. They drug them up and use them for these parties. And I'm like, that is not fucking made up, bro.
That's real.
That is not made up. What if someone made that up? You're a sick fuck, and it's very, very creative for the show. That is not made up, bro. Rich bankers and the elites are doing that shit, bro.
100%.
And they can get away with it because
they get away with it.
The Queen of the South is fictional, and
Yeah.
and most people like myself none the wiser. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is just, you know, there's worse shows out there.
Yes.
But that's real.
That is fucking real, bro. And I'm like this particular episode, I'm like, this is trying to, I'll send this to Chloe, this is trying to tell us something. This is not. And Chloe's like, that, even Chloe, my missus, who's none the wiser, goes, that can't be made up, right? She goes, that's a far-fetched thing to make up. I'm like, they do this, Chloe. They fucking do this. It's freaky, man. It's freaky.
And they handle our money. They handle how the world works.
Control us.
They handle
They control
society.
us.
You go to work, give us your money, we'll keep it in the bank. And this guy is the head of the bank, is fucking doing all this shit. You know?
And the scary thing is that people think that it just ends there. It's, oh, I go to work for 10 hours a day. I hate it. My boss at home's living in the mansion. Ha ha ha. Fuck him.
wish.
No,
We
it doesn't
wish.
it doesn't just stop at him.
Yeah.
Your boss's
But you don't-
owner is owned by the
but you
banker,
don't
who's
think-
owned by the this, and
but
it
you don't-
goes fucking
yeah.
down the chain, bro. It's a never ending thing, and all the money funnels to literally two
Fewer
families.
people, yeah. Fewer
I've
yeah.
said this
It's the
multiple
hierarchy,
times,
right?
bro.
It's like the pyramid, the power pyramid.
Yes.
We're like, you know,
We are the
we're
rats at the
feeders.
bottom.
We're bottom feeders.
Yes.
Yeah, we're just like,
Yeah.
like one of the little
Scurrying
fucking
around,
rats.
yes.
Yeah. The Stuart Littles of fucking
Stuart
the Stuart Littles of the fucking economy.
But-
And you don't think about the people on top because your life is
So far away.
Yeah, you're like, you could possibly never meet these Illuminati people. Or
Never will.
You never will.
Never will.
But then it's like, it'll never stop. You'll never meet them. They're just anonymous, so you don't think about them. You know what I mean? But
Exactly right.
Out of
it's-
sight, out of
it's
mind.
not up to us. But at the same time, also, it would be good in that life because the money.
Well, that's
The money you want. But, because you just be on a fucking, I'll be on a yacht somewhere, bro. Like, I don't want to, you know, no one wants to work. All the same before
Yeah,
DZ.
well-
No one really wants to work. Like, who wants to work? But like, they have the money, but also, I feel like a bit more anxiety as well. You know what I mean? Like, I reckon someone that's been a part of that circle for an extended amount of time, they probably actually wouldn't have it any other way. But I could imagine there's maybe some people that are so well off, they're like, I could do without maybe, I don't know if there's like drama or like, is there any, I don't know, like you got to worry about the powers that be or whoever the fuck they are. I don't know.
They're not
If they're
human.
doing shit that you're saying they're doing, then it's also like, if I find myself sipping a Dubliner
Just
at a party where
watching
people
some
are just
cunt.
having sex and some
Yeah.
guy's just pinning some girl up, cutting it, I'm just like having a sip.
Yeah, that's when you know you're a bit too deep.
I'm like,
You're like,
no.
oh, fuck.
Any of these guys,
Yeah.
if we bond over this, any of these guys can kind of stab me in the back
Yeah,
at
yeah.
any time. If you
Yeah.
decide to pull out, you know too much.
Exactly right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's why
exactly.
I always say, that's why Chloe, the funny bitch, or she's always like, man, she's like, I'm scared, like you guys are gonna get too rich and too famous and you're gonna get like exposed. And I'm like, look, if it ever happened to, if I even got asked by like some dude in a dark robe, bro, come to a party, I'll promise you, I'm gonna kill him. They're gonna,
I'd probably go.
they're gonna kill me afterwards, but as long as I can take down one of them before I'm dead.
It's what I was gonna say.
Fucking scary.
What I was
Yeah,
gonna say,
I know what you mean.
in 2022, things are changing rapidly,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
for the better. I feel like there's a spiritual awakening going on, and the thing is that it's possible to get wealth, to get well off, to be rich, and never have to work without doing any of that shit. That you can be
wealthy rather than rich, per
Andrew
se.
Tate even said that they leave holes in the matrix for people to go. He's you know. The butler,
Take my strong hand.
the skeleton butler. Anyway,
Yeah, he did say that. They purposely left holes in the matrix for people to get rich, so then we're all not. It's like you said, if say there's
Everyone can't have their money.
no, but we all can't be poor or broke. Say there's 4 million people and we're all broke, and there's only 2 families that are rich. Of course, we're all going to get together and fucking swamp these motherfuckers. We're going to attack them, attack their houses, take their shit, take their women, whatever. Take the money. But no, because there's a few people that poke through and give the rest of us that glimpse of hope, people like us who are a bit more in tune than the normies, we're kind of like I said, we're trying to learn how to do the trading, the music, all that, because we're trying to live a better life with money. You've got your own business. We have initiative to do a little bit better than the average Joe. But if there's 4 million average Joes and we're all just looking at the Rockefellers, they're going...
It's like not getting let into a club.
Exactly right.
You know the guy with the rope?
Yeah.
They let the guys in that haven't been waiting, and you've just been waiting.
And you're like,
it's literally like that, eh?
Well, it's 1 versus 100, bro. Let's take
right.
this motherfucker.
But like Iggy said, if we were all broke, we couldn't make them money either, because surely they're profiting off.
Exactly right.
Actually, they probably make they could survive probably off their own money, but like surely they're conducting societal, I don't know, like some kind of
They're
money.
pulling the strings,
and if no
bro.
one's making that money, everyone's broke, they're going to be like, man, we got
Nothing to take advantage of.
I don't know.
At the end of the day, this is a spiritual planet, and good is the only frequency. Love, the ultimate frequency. So no matter what goes on in the shadows, these people are so far beyond being human and what being alive is all about that they're just the evil force. And if you the best way to change the world is to change yourself. And that's facts, inner work, eventually.
DZ, sometimes you say shit and I'm like, my dick quivers, you know what I mean? I feel like, I don't know, you're a wise human being.
But anyway, I got a few Instagram things. I said, what is the most useful industry to work in 2022? Wow, there's a lot of responses. Zexa says retail. False, because the reason I asked this question is because we're moving into a digital age. Did you see that Tesla revealed their robot that they're bringing out? They're working on like a C-3PO robot that's going to be able to
Fuck
do.
off.
And it's starting. Have you seen the video? I'll send you the video after this. There's videos of the US Navy guys. They have jetpacks now, and they're fucking flying on jetpacks, real jetpacks. And bro, things are changing quick, and that's why I asked this, because what do you think is a job that will be the most useful in a robotic age? And I think it's coding. People need websites. People need to make things
work and run
from scratch.
Yeah.
And how do you make things from scratch? It's all coding.
Yeah.
So people will always be coding, and that's why I asked this. So retail, false. That's going out. Plumbing, also false. Shout out Jake Little, bro. Hope you've been well. Plumbing, that's false too, bro. Robots will be doing that shit as well.
Yep.
Then Callan says psychology. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Humans,
You can't recalibrate a mind.
exactly.
See, we're
humans will be human.
That was a good one. I would agree with that.
I'll even up it one, right? Would be smart Aussie slang. Online virtual psychology in the metaverse.
But that falls under psychology.
Same shit, right? But it's on. You just do it online, because soon cunts are going to be so on their computers. They're not going to want to go.
Psychology doesn't have the same feel online, bro. It's freaking
Yeah, of
hard.
course,
I
of
like
course,
to see.
but it's going to happen, though.
If I'm opening up to someone, like I've recently started seeing a therapist, and I couldn't do it. I didn't even try. But during COVID, kind of prolonged it. But like I couldn't do over the computer, bro. It's weird.
You need the human connection.
Yeah.
And the thing too about what you said is Mark Zuckerberg showed that in what they're doing with the metaverse. They're going to do work meetings and shit just in the fake fucking world, And then Tori says sex work. Probably actually another good one, because humans will be humans.
Not really, man. You can get some. Imagine the
robotic?
sex toys in the future. If they're gonna have robotic, they're gonna have robot. Yeah, but
Sex robots and
they'd be like the. They'd be like the what's his name? Fucking.
They'll have 8 pussies and shit. Humans can't do, bro.
Some kind of greedy ass.
You're trying to catch them right here.
Like Pokemon, catch them all. That's fun. That Andrew Tate, bro. It's like the Andrew Tate of fucking
the robot world.
And Pierce says insurance. See, that's another one robots could do very well. Shit like that. Jezza says transport. Robots again. I feel like we'll get to a point where the robots will be fixing the robots.
Yeah.
Shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
TJM Records fan page. Shout out you, bro. We get a fucking fan page made for us.
Yeah,
but
fan page mage.
Yeah, a while ago too.
Fan page
actually.
mage.
Wait, telling you, man. Soon you're gonna see me wearing a dark robe and a bird mask, and I'm gonna be fucking.
Iggy, were we talking about these cunts years ago? You're like, what do you mean, mate?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Come to my party. Come to this party.
I've got like fucking cuts and shit on my arm.
Anyway, TJM Records fan page says
Shout out, baby.
Food, yeah, humans always gonna need food. Holloway TJM says drugs. Humans probably always need drugs too, but robots could drug deal as well. Think about
Imagine that.
Well,
Your drug dealer's Terminator.
Yeah.
It's
On the corner.
They send you fucking
did that.
engine oil. Like, oh, fuck.
It's like a claw machine.
Yeah.
And then the last one,
You had good answers, bro. They were all good answers.
the Couch Sessions podcast, shout out you, bro, says useful would be childcare closely followed by nursing, but no one wants to work in either.
Fuck.
Interesting take. Nursing's important, but every nurse I've met hates the job.
Yeah, and then understaffed, bro. My
Yeah.
dad went to hospital for like a heart condition the other week, and serious, right? Heart would be like serious. You'd think
He's
But
waiting for ages.
he was waiting for like he got there at 12 a.m. in the morning, and he got 2 Panadol by 11 a.m. Like
What-
no wait, 12 a.m. in the morning, and then 11 a.m. So he was in there for like 11 hours, and they gave him 2 Panadol, and they were just sitting there. But everyone was running. It wasn't like they were bludging.
Everyone's running
back and-
around. Yeah,
they're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
you don't even want to say, "Hey, my dad's fucking in
Like,
pain."
yeah,
here.
what if he's dying?
What he's doing,
Like,
because you're like, it's no one's fault either. Like, who do you blame? Like, you know what I mean? It's
They're
like,
doing the best they can.
yeah. And then you realize how off their feet they are. They're like, bro, if I was like this at work, I'd fucking neck myself. Like,
Yeah.
But no one wants to do it because maybe, I don't know, it's underpaid or
Underpaid.
Because
It
it
is
probably is. A lot of
Underpaid,
jobs. Childcare is
understaffed.
underpaid.
Yeah.
Childcare should be getting paid at least $1,500 a week.
Yeah.
Like, they have to deal with other people's kids, bro.
Yeah, my missus, fucking.
That's
the
why-
stories I hear from my missus,
I
I'm like, wow.
Robots will be nurses, 100%. They will do that quick. But childcare, I feel like, is something where you need the human aspect. You
Yeah.
need the human. You
Yeah,
know?
because the child needs to be social. You can't fucking.
But
you know.
the robot's like, can you stop crying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You need some fucking motherly touch, bro.
Let me check the Discord. You haven't. Just a bit of positivity.
You need the affirmations, bro.
Yeah. It's awesome. I love it. It's a good way to.
Connect when you're not with. You don't have to
yeah.
be with, because it's sometimes a bit exhausting to find time to like physically be in the presence of someone
Yeah,
all the
but
time.
on Discord, it's like a virtual way of hanging
Yeah.
out. It's cool, bro.
Eventually, you will stop hanging out with your friends. You just
It's
start
just-
drinking.
oh,
You're
Discord-
drinking alone in your room. You like listen to the same
Bro.
music, like a silent disco. From,
But do you want to know the scary thing is during COVID, I was getting fucked up at home with the boys on Discord. We're playing,
that's so funny.
we're playing VR chat and shit, bro. We were
that's
during
so-
COVID when you weren't allowed to leave your house. We were in Discord, right? We were all got blind, smoking weed, and we're all going, all right, we'll all go outside together with our headsets. We're all smoking joints in the backyard. We were at a virtual bar.
Lad.
Drinking
You're
in the
literally
bar.
describing like the robot questions. It's like,
Literally, and it got to the point where I was playing that shit for days on end. I was like, I need to go outside for a little bit because I don't know. Like, I'm in this bar and I'm like an alcoholic in a bar, but I'm not drunk in real life, but virtually I'm blind as I'm like, what the fuck? I was completely sober and I was feeling like I was drunk and I was like,
How
I
trippy would it be?
I needed to have a break for a second. I was like, whoa, like,
you went to the work the next day, still
yeah. So okay, in Discord, Zach's a shout out. He says, "Do you think every song a rapper puts out is better? Is supposed to be better than the last? Is that the goal to make each song better, or is it just to make a trendy hit?" Good question, mate. Good question. I think you're always supposed to try be a little bit better. Even if it's a little bit, whether your lyricism's a bit better, the mixing, the mastering, the production's a bit better. Obviously, you'll get to a point where I feel like the point that like I'm at or DZ's at, where not everything is going to be better per se, because now we're at that point where we're just making music that we enjoy. And for example, one song I released last week you might enjoy, but then the next week I release a dance track and you're not really vibing to dance. It's not necessarily a bad song or I did worse than the last release. It's just I'm at that point now where I'm just making whatever the fuck. But if you're very new to making music, then yes, I think you should always try to be a little bit better every time. What do you think?
If you're a rapper, my next shit is always my best shit, and that's why I drop things so hastily, because I'm impatient. And if I have something and I feel like it's good, people need to hear this. I need to drop it, So if you feel like your next shit is always your best shit, you're on the right path. You know what I mean? That means you're doing the right thing. But the thing too is we're very what's the word? We're very diverse. We do we might do a radio club song and then do a full on rap song, and that's where you kind of get the people who don't like this song but they like this song.
Yeah.
But that's not a knock on the
the quality. You know, it's not a knock on the quality.
Like originally when I first heard it, I thought, no, you got to cut the artist a bit of slack, you know. But ideally, as a consumer's point of view, you kind of like, I don't know, the ones that don't get better, like they're the ones that kind of fall out after, or they fade out or whatever. But then it's taste, like DZ said. You might do a dance track and then like, I like when DZ goes hard on the. Me personally, I like DZ's like when he does bars. You know what I mean? When I'm just like, holy shit, bro! Like, and I'm listening to it, and very few people can actually pick up first go what you're saying. You know, and listen to it a few times, but. Yeah, like I like that, but I think all your music is quality, even though sometimes I'm like, I'm not really in the mood for like, I'm very rap biased. So, you know, but you need to, like you said, I guess, like you need to always try to make your last shit your good shit, because otherwise why would anyone do it? Like no one's setting out to make a shit track or a subpar, and the more passionate you are about it, I can only imagine, like the more you set yourself to a higher standard, you know what I mean? Like whether you delete tracks and you're like, fuck this, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. So that's from a consumer's point of view. Is I think your last track always try to make it your best track, but you have to experiment, because then it's like you have to evolve. So Eminem, everyone gives Eminem shit because he hasn't stayed the same. They love when he was drug fucked because it's like Slim Shady, but he's evolved and he's one of the best to ever do it. But you're gonna have those ride or die ones, and you're gonna have people that don't agree. But you know yourself, I guess. Yeah. If you're really going shit, all of a sudden you can't produce anymore for some reason, or you're like falling off your lyrics. So I feel like you would have that much self-awareness. Would you be like, I don't know, I don't have it as much anymore. You got to be honest with yourself, unless you're completely delusional. But
a lot of people are completely delusional, make dog shit. But
all right, man. Well, I've got one more thing I'll say. You guys have anything else you want to say?
I got some more polls, but
okay, do the polls first. I want to end on what my quote is.
The closer.
Little closer.
I said, how do you cut your sandwiches? All right, triangles diagonally. 57% do it that way, or rectangles down the middle, 43%. So that's 17 votes for triangles, 13 votes for rectangles. I used to cut them diagonally, but my missus got me into cutting them rectangles, and now
you're a serial killer. That's like you're sitting up straight and you're thinking about murdering people, and it's a square. And then
do you want to go take photos in my apartment?
Like the crust is cut off, so it's just like,
bro. You know what? I said the same thing. I said I feel like rectangles are like, you know, a more put together person, knows their business, kind of, like a full proper, like Pommy kind of vibes. And I read it, and you can tell like the people who cut it rectangles are all
the Jeffrey Dahmers,
Pierce, Callan, Aussie slang.
But
Pierce,
so
you know what I mean?
First of all, the clean white boys.
Yeah,
that
comb over hairs and shit. Who the fuck cuts their sandwiches?
They say grace. They say grace before dinner. They say their prayers before bed.
Before the sandwich. I get a full piece of bread, no cuts, no nothing, because I'm a man. Fucking big bit of fucking cheese, a fat bit of salami. None of this fucking baby cut the crust off. You eat the whole thing.
No, you keep the crust on.
You even eat the whole loaf of bread, and you eat a little triangle.
Eat the
bit
bum
of bread
as well. Eat the bum. Everyone's like, I don't want the bum. Eat that first.
Yes, you eat the top part of the bread. That first piece, you grab that and you wipe your tears with that, and then you eat it. Tears.
But I mean, I don't know. I like cutting them rectangle. I don't know. It's the same thing with shitting, right? I used to wipe my ass sitting down. And then for some reason I changed, and now I stand up when I wipe my ass, and I can never go back. Like,
bro, that's so much more effort.
Bro, it's way better.
So what about when it's a bit more messy than usual, and you're like, do you literally spend minutes just standing up when you're doing it? That's so.
It's no different.
But your cheeks close more when you stand up. So it's like,
well, that's the thing. The argument is that people, right? So I stand up too.
Yeah,
but really, is it a Zardane thing?
I think so.
I used to sit, but I just changed. No,
but the main argument is people.
This is okay. Go.
Your ass is losing it. Your ass is more closed when you stand up, so people reckon you don't clean it fully. But
that's cap.
I just like
you're like doing a squat. You're not fucking standing up straight like a fucking soldier.
but you're holding a squat. You're holding a squat. Why would you hold a squat?
You just hover your ass over the
it's
seat.
Like that exercise is called like ass wipe holds. Like you're just sitting there like squatting. Well, that's so strange.
I reverse Kanga now all the time.
You do what the Asian ship rockers do.
So I face the
wall.
The wall.
I could do that.
Kidding.
I was going to say, I'm actually doing a handstand while I shit.
Yeah, fucking
let it hit my chin.
Similar to that was how do you eat your pancakes, right? And this one's very close. Whole stack at once with a knife and fork or individually.
Yeah.
And it's 53% whole stack at once, 47%
Oh, no, wait, no.
19 votes whole stack and 17 votes individually. I eat the whole stack at once. Maple syrup, whipped cream on top, cut it with knife and fork, eat the whole thing at once.
No.
Bro, you don't take layers off a cake.
No, I do.
Oh, what? You eat them individually? Or
No. I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing.
I do.
But the people that eat them individually, you know they want to save that motherfucker. They're saverers. You know how you
that's me. I'm like,
I want to make this last. And I'm just like, I'm here for a fucking good time.
I fuck with that, bro. And it's so nice. Like, you just have the top layer of maple syrup or whatever, and you just get the whole thing. And I used to be individually too, and that changed as well. I don't know why. I guess I got old, bro.
This guy's getting old, man.
More sensible.
More sensible. So I'll be eating my individual pancake, then I want to come take photos in my apartment.
Cut my pancakes into squares. Like rectangles.
And then I said, do you ever get weird memories and glimpses of strange places you can't really describe that you might have seen in a dream one time or something that fills you with a strange nostalgic feeling? And this is 35 votes for yes, 97%, 1 vote for no, and I think that vote is you.
I mistakenly played past it. No,
that was a mistake.
I promise. I said no, and then I reread it, and I was like, oh, like deja vu almost.
Yeah.
But I get that with like people, not really places. So I do agree with you. But I was also like, oh, deja vu, I get that. But I don't get to like places and be like, I've been here. I don't know.
But it's not even a real place. It'll be like a made up, it's definitely fake, but sometimes I just think of it and I'll try to describe it. And you know when you try to describe a dream, you're describing it the best you can, but you know the image in their head from what you're saying is completely different to what you saw.
Yeah, I get that, yeah.
And I kind of just, sometimes I get these vibes. I'll remember a place and I don't even bother trying to tell my missus or nothing because I know it's just going to get lost on her.
Yeah.
But it's just a weird nostalgic feeling that I get. And everyone agrees. It's literally 100% other than you.
I'm like the one that's I want to be different.
That's bloody
so like
35 votes or something, wasn't it? What did I say?
Wait, 35 votes for yes.
And it has
35 votes. Everyone said yes.
And it has to be true
votes.
because it's so specific and like, you know what I mean?
Shout out you if you follow the Instagram polls and answer the questions. 35, man, I got a lot of votes on these ones.
That's good.
I don't know. I feel like that whole deja vu thing just trips me the fuck out.
The deja vu is crazy.
And that's similar to what you're talking about there, isn't it? But with places.
Similar
So it's
thing.
like...
I don't get it, to be honest.
People think it was a past
You
life.
don't get that. You never get a picture of a weird place that you might have seen in a dream or something. You don't know where it's from.
No.
Well,
yeah.
You just wake up in the morning, whatever is fucking in front of you.
Whatever's in front of me is in front of me, and then that is it. I don't think too much, too hard. I'm kind of like I'm like a puffer fish. I'm just like float around and shit. Like I don't know what
making trades and fucking making music.
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Like, you know what I mean?
Then I said, would you ever go skydiving? 42% said yes, 28% said no, 6% said have already but won't go again, 24% said I have and want to go again. That's 15 votes for yes, 10 votes for no, 2 votes for I have and don't want to go again, and 9 votes for I have and want to go again. I've never been, but I would.
That was fucking scary.
I kind of want to. Have you been skydiving?
I loved every... Like,
How good was it?
I hated...
The build up.
But I was like, I'm going to die. Like, I was thinking like...
100%.
The only reason I did it... The only reason I did it was because it was tandem. The guy and the...
You have to go tandem.
But the professional, he always does the joke of like, hey, is this you guys the first time? You're like, yeah, me too. Yeah. and you know that guy's like... I don't know, like if someone haggled him and just like made a mockery of it, but it was, you know, he said that 100 times. But I was more scared of like if the first one broke, and it's like, what are the chances of like, I want to see a statistic of like annually how many people a year die.
I think it's like 1 or something. It's fuck all.
Even 1 is 1 too many though. You know what I mean? Imagine if you're that one. Like,
and usually they're the solo skydivers.
So most skydiving accidents are people attempting to do their first solo jump. So I loved it. It was amazing. One of my dreams is to do base jumping. Probably never going to happen.
Scary as fuck, man.
Probably never going to.
That's
when you jump. Yeah, you jump off cliffs and shit. And you look.
Crazy, that's crazy, bro.
That's probably an unrealistic dream because, like I said, first of all, to even skydive solo, you got to complete like 10 or 15 tandem jumps, and then it's a whole different ball game when you jump out and do it yourself.
Even if you know how to do it,
even if you think you know how to do it, because how do you practice? You can't practice. It's you do tandem jumps, probably do a whole bunch of practical and videos, maybe do some jumps where you jump off like elevated platforms. But once you jump out, if I was to jump out by myself, I'd go, I can do this. I'll jump. Where's my fucking string? Where's my fucking string? And you'd be panicking, like trying to, and that's why accidents mostly happen on people's first solo jumps because you panic, bro. You like you
pull
know
it
what I mean?
too early or
You
something.
don't know what you fucking do at that point because, like you said, before I skydived, I literally bit every nail down to the bone because I literally in my brain was convincing myself I was gonna die. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, why did I agree to this? I was like, what the fuck am I doing? The plane's all rickety. It's windy as but the only thing that made me feel better. When we were up in the plane, I was talking to my guy. I said, look, I was like, seriously, is this your first jump of the day? And he goes, it's my 11th. It's like 3 p.m. I'm like, wow. So this cunt's literally all day. And
That's all they do?
He's amazing at it.
But then to you, it's the first time.
But
so
to
like,
me,
how do you do this? But isn't that a crazy job, Iggy? Like, imagine being like, what do you do? I'm like, I'm adrenaline junkie.
Yeah.
But then imagine if you get a guy that's just his missus just cheated on him with his best friend. And he's like,
I'm taking this motherfucker
and
with
then
me.
He rocks up. He doesn't smile once. You're worrying when your guy doesn't smile.
Yeah, I wouldn't
You're like,
jump.
Hey,
I wouldn't
you
jump.
excited? He's like, I've just had enough of life. And you're like, you're about to jump off, and he's like,
You're already strapped to him.
And you can't. He's not unbuckling you, bro. Like, bro. The guy that I jumped with, he was an IT guy for about 10 years, and then he just randomly had a brain fart and said, "Fuck this job. I'm gonna go learn how to be a skydive instructor." And he's been doing it ever since. He traveled to Sweden, did it in Sweden. Now he's doing it in Wollongong.
I love those stories, bro.
Yeah, mate. I was like, bro, that's fucking awesome.
It's an easy thing to do, too. Like, what do you're just jumping out of a plane.
Easy once you know.
Yeah.
You got to get past that fear. Imagine, like, bro.
Apparently
I
they
would
never
do it
get
again.
over it. Like, apparently you think, you'd get over it. It's amazing the first time. Apparently
you don't.
Every time.
Every
It's
time it's
amazing.
like jumping
Apparently.
again.
Can't you like spin and manipulate yourself in the air after a while? I can imagine. You know, I don't know.
They do them shows and shit, like formations and...
Nuts, eh?
Yeah,
Just
crazy.
hanging with the bros. Like you get these 5 of your mates to do it. You like holding each other. But your mouth is like when you do it. I watch the footage and it's like my mouth is like, but I remember when we were free falling, not a peak. My balls were in my throat,
Yeah.
so I was
Bro,
like,
I had a panic attack.
I didn't say nothing. Did you freak out?
I had a panic attack.
But didn't you say your guy was pretty good? Like, he was,
No,
was he
the guy-
calming, very like he was like,
No, so
"Listen,
we
man,
we
like,
jumped. So again, he did the whole all right, we're gonna jump on 3, 1, 2, and I'm fucking falling out of a plane, and I was literally going, and I felt like I couldn't breathe. And as we're going down, I'm like fucking literally, I felt like I couldn't breathe, and the guy just tapped me on the shoulder and goes, "Bro, just breathe." And I just went, oh, and as I did that, whoosh, we broke through the clouds, and I was like, "This is fucking amazing!" And the guy's like, "Yeah," and then we're just floating down together, and then as we were floating, that's when he told me the story of him quitting his IT job. I was like, wow, that could have been a mechanism to calm me down, but it worked. I was like,
because
what
he starts
the fuck?
talking mid-air, it kind of gets
Bro,
through the nerves.
mid-fly, he's telling me to breathe. Like this cunt's just like drinking his coffee for the morning.
Oh,
and I was going,
He's having a ciggy and a cuppa on
he's
the way
going-
down.
the coffee's going everywhere, but he's still drinking it.
Reading fucking tarot cards.
Yeah, amazing.
He's got a book. He's reading the book.
He's got a laptop or he's doing a trade, like day trade.
Trades. Funny, God.
The last one.
I definitely would do it again.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
The last one I said, you can only pick one, the rest are banished from existence. Fast food, music, television, or video games. And it's 5 votes for fast food, 21 votes for music, 8 votes for television, and 5 votes for video games.
Music.
I love the fast food thing because that did enter my mind first. But
Yeah,
music,
music. A tough one between music and games, but I love music way more.
For me, it's music and TV.
Way
bro.
more.
I love TV.
But
not big on
TV
TV.
or Netflix?
Like
Is that the
Netflix,
same thing?
like same thing.
Okay, I was about to say, if you
Yeah,
watch TV,
No, not
you're also
live.
a serial killer.
like
He's watching Channel 7 News.
Yeah, Channel
Tony
se-
Ferguson.
Fuck the news, but Netflix and shit. I just said television, like ballpark. But
Yeah.
music, man. I love making music. I love
Yeah, I
rapping. I
love it.
love what I do, but I
Yeah.
don't listen to it that much. I really
See, that
don't.
fucking wigs me out. You're a rapper who doesn't listen to music.
I like when I listen
Look,
to music. It's rap.
I'll give you a tip, right?
I don't. I'm not at
I
home.
can understand.
I'm not cooking eggs, bumping music. Like
Well, because
only at the gym or in the
I feel
car.
like because you're always doing it though, as well.
It's
Maybe oversaturation.
Everything
What
I
do you
do in this house is music blaring. I'll cook dinner, crank the music up. I clean, music up. I play with the dogs, music up. I'm doing a trade, music up. And it's funny because when I'm doing trades, I'm only listening to music about money and shit, like getting money. So it's
All I
just,
do is win,
Yeah,
win,
yeah,
win,
yeah,
no
yeah.
matter what. Got traded on my mind.
it's all subconscious too. And then I realize I'm like, after I place my trade, I sit down, I'll fucking chuff my cigar and I'm like, fuck, I just literally listened to my money playlist for the past 20.
So if you had like a rough estimation on like how much of your life you listen to music, even if it's on the background, right?
98%.
What would you put that, like legit?
No, I'm not capping.
At work though, your work, you would have to be no headphones, right?
At work, it's no, but even
Everything outside of work, 98% of that time,
mate,
probably music.
we get in that work truck and me and Mikey fighting who's putting their aux on with the driver.
That's mad. Yeah.
It's this.
It means a lot, music.
Mate, I'm addicted to it more than anything.
feel
Any
like
drug, anything. Yeah, music to me is my drug.
Is it like a deafening, when it's silent, is it deafening? Are you like, oh my God, it's so silent right now?
No,
Can hear a
because
pin drop.
no, believe it or not, I do enjoy silence as well. I love just sometimes sitting in bed, complete darkness.
That's important as well.
Listen to my own
extent, I guess.
thoughts, read a book, and then I'll wake up and listen to music. But I do also enjoy silent time just as much as the music. But I don't walk around at like 9 a.m. with like my goggles on and like my blind mask with no music on and shit.
I'm the opposite, man. And the thing is funny too, because when we were growing up, it was the same. He would be in year 7 and shit, listening to music in his room. And I was never into music. Never was until I got to high school, I started listening to rap. And I'm a rapper. I rap, I play with words. That's what I like. I like the English, I like the vocabulary, and I'm good at catching the beat. But in terms of listening, I don't dig too deep to find new music. I'm the guy who will find a song, and when I'm in the gym or in the car, I'm listening to the same song for a while, the same couple songs until I get over it. You know, but I don't dig for music. That my latest song is the Blue Vegeta song that you've been playing. I love that song.
That's my favorite song to play when I'm trading.
And now I'm playing that. And it's just I don't search for music myself. I don't go looking for new guys. You know what I mean? It's not my thing.
I'll give you both a mad little cheeky tip. Go to your favorite artist who you love, you listen to, and click on their radio. Mate, I've just added to my already 250 song playlist another about 60 songs because I went on the FriendlyFire radio and man, it was trippy because even Mobsy messaged me and he goes, cunt, he goes, your FriendlyFire radio literally sounds like it's songs that you've made. And I'm like, I've gone through it and I'm like, wow, this is trippy because it sounds like me, but I'm enjoying it so much because it's not myself. And then I went on Mobsy's. I've still got to go through yours. I'm going to go through.
Does Mobsy have another person that sounds like him? Because I feel like he's
trust me, he does.
There's someone doing everything.
He is Frank. He's Frank Ocean and
the white Frank Ocean.
And there's people in his radio, and these cunts fucking sound. They're doing the same slow lo-fi beats, and I wanna fucking live.
Yeah, and they can rap. They can rap, and they can.
Yeah,
sing.
it's amazing. It's fucking amazing. So look at your favorite artist radio.
So
and
you even have because your beats that you make are pretty like.
They're wacky, man. They're like
wacky
out there.
But then I guess like they said, everyone's doing everything because there's so many fucking people in the world. But like. How do you as well, like, you got to set yourself apart in an industry that you don't think is, like, saturated, but so many people in the music scene that are, up and coming as well. And then it's like, how do you got to, like, set yourself apart from that? But like you said, radio is a good way to network your songs because
he's very good at it. I'll give him props, especially in Australia and New South Wales. No one sounds like him.
I'm the best.
No one sounds like him.
I don't care what anyone says.
The stuff you do is very, very unique.
I'm the best.
Very unique. There's a lot of rappers, chopper rappers, fast rappers, lyrical rappers. It's dime a dozen. So it's like even Jazz, bro. Shout out Jazz. Who just dropped a song. He's the same as me. He drops music quick. He's a good quick rapper. He's a good lyrical rapper. Dime a dozen. You know what I mean?
I haven't heard him, but I know that you shared something of his today, so I'll give him a listen.
You
as
like
well.
him, bro.
Our song, our latest song, bro, is fucking.
Was that the one you shared on your story the other day?
Yeah, me and him. Yeah.
Was that his verse?
Yeah, his verse.
His verse.
He's good.
Nuts. I replied on that story, man.
He's great, man. I want to get him on the podcast too because he's very similar in the way we think.
You should have like a listening party as well. Maybe to a lot of people, maybe it would be a drag, but like to those who maybe. Whoever loves rap, it's like you have like a listening party and then just like break down the lyrics. I don't know.
Yeah. We're doing it. Boring. We're doing that next. The next podcast is just me and him. We've already got people sending us their music. We're going to go through like a little music review.
Oh, true.
Because people, I've been asked to do it a couple times. I was like, fuck it. I just messaged him. He's like, yeah. So we started getting people. So if you're listening to this, you still got time.
Send your stuff. Send your stuff.
It'll probably be our next pod. We don't usually have 2 guests in a row, but it's good that we have.
No, well,
I
think we've got 4 in a row.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
But when like I said, the next solo podcast,
keep sending your shit because we will do it when
in
it's
the
just
Discord
us.
or
It's too
on
hard
Instagram.
to do it when there's more than 2. I think.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You need to break it down with like max 2 people.
Yeah, because it's about the guest when you hear. Like we don't want to listen to music with a guest. You know what I mean? Like
I know what you mean. Yeah, that's true.
All right, boys. I've got one more thing I want to end on. Everyone listen to this carefully, all right? Again, shout out Dave Chappelle. I heard this from him. Awesome little like analogy type metaphor thing. How does a bushman, if he's lost in the bush, how does a bushman get water? Right? He says, so the bushman digs a hole in the ground. Fuck, I should play some sad music or something. Digs a hole in the ground, right? Little hole, and digs it, and then got the hole and then goes real deep through the hole, right? Drops a cube of salt in this hole. I don't know if this is true, but baboons love salt, apparently. The bushman waits. Baboon comes along. Salt.
That was a really good baboon.
Thank you. Sticks its hand in, right? Sticks its hand in, grabs the salt. But the baboon can't get its hand out of the hole. What the baboon doesn't realize, all he's got to do to get out of his trap is to just let go of the salt and he'll be able to slip his hand through rather than come through as a fist. But the baboon will never let go of the salt. Never. Bushman comes along, puts the baboon in his cage, he gets to keep his little cube of salt. As the bushman's got this baboon, feeds him more salt. Gives him all the salt he wants. Baboon loves it. It's like a drug to the baboon. After an hour of just pumping it with salt, lets the baboon go. Follows the baboon, and the baboon is that thirsty, it leads them both straight to water, and they both just drink their fill. Don't be the baboon in your life. Be the bushman.
Don't be the leech that like gets addicted. Like you have someone not oppressing you, but feeding you the fucking.
It was just a cool little story.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, I'm like, that's really cool. I don't know if that's fucking true, but
because that guy had all the control over the baboon.
Not so much the control, but just sort of like I said,
work smarter, not harder.
That baboon could have easily escaped if he just let go of his desire.
Yeah,
but the baboon will never let go of that salt because he wants it that bad.
Yeah.
So sometimes learn.
I mean, it's bad if that salt is crack, but if it's a success, don't let go of success, guys. Let go of crack. Put the crack down.
Put the crack down.
And you know, I know what you mean. That was a good story. I like that.
Yeah, it was a good story.
We'll try that again though, but with crack down at St. Clair shops in a hole.
See how many people actually let go of the crack.
They won't lead you to water, but they'll lead you to fucking
More crack.
Anything you want to say, Joey?
Nah, I mean, shit. I've always have a good time coming on here with you guys, man. It's
beautiful.
legit. It's legit effortless. I love it.
You'll be on again.
I was way more excited for this one because before I was like nervous the first time.
But now it's
this
like
time I knew what to expect.
Yeah, it's just flowing.
The room didn't intimidate me because you got a few mics in here, but I was always good for a
the
chat.
skull of the person I killed the other day didn't
fucking Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah.
Fucking, did you?
So-
on here.
bro, don't get us started on
Sorry,
that.
yeah, we can be the same.
Yeah, fuck. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. Joey, I'm going to share all your stuff in the videos and the links. If you need any electrical work, if you're in Sydney, obviously, if you're in fucking Venezuela, don't hit him up. He won't be able to reach you. Joey will fucking sort you out. It's just a message away, a phone call, an email, whatever. I'll share all the links, the websites, everything in the descriptions. Yeah, guys, thank you so much. Joey, thank you so much, bro.
Thanks, guys.
Pleasure, brother.
Thank you, man. That shit was sick.
Legend.
Okay.
Choo!